Uno.
And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Get Lifted 30 is the New 20. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. This is La Hefa.
Chris O.D.
Your boy SmileyJizzle, man. We in the building.
Yeah, sure.
Happy holidays. Happy Christmas to the British people.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
So, it's a lot of shit going on. Fat Joe.
What's Fat Joe doing?
Ooh, talk about that. Fat Joe. Movies. Superman. Mufasa. For my Lion King fans out there. Mufasa.
And Blue was playing in it. His boy doing the voice.
Heretic. Did y'all watch it? Did everybody watch it?
No, I didn't watch Heretic. I know what you're talking about.
Come on, y'all. That's slacking. We were supposed to watch this. Well, I'll tell y'all what I saw. You saw it.
I think so, yeah.
You saw it. I'm not just talking about it. Spoiler alert. Fuck it.
Why you
we gotta
talk
about
it?
Because I want to talk about it for the people.
You spoiling it for them too?
Nah, the people. There's people that watched it. I'm sure. It's been out for like 3 weeks.
People that post. It was out longer than that.
Yeah, it was out for a minute. It's a movie that's basically like, cause we gonna tap in on religion.
Where is it? Why is it not?
It's a movie that's basically about religion. You looking for the video? The reverse card. It's a video that's basically about religion. So you know how you got the Jehovah's Witness, you know how you got the Mormons, you know, people that walk to people's house, trying to get them to convert and all of that. So you got the Mormon sisters, right?
Hi, Doctor.
They go to this guy's house to prove to him so he could become a believer, right? And it just goes downhill from there. It's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. It's an actor that some of you guys might be familiar with. Some of you guys might not be familiar with. He's an older actor from, you know, various movies throughout the 20th century. You know what I mean? I forgot his name. Sorry, but he is a known actor. But the two young ladies, I don't know who they are. They must be new, up and coming. But it was a crazy storyline.
Yeah, you know what the Mormons believe? Like about black people? It's crazy.
That we're niggers.
I mean, it's deeper than that. They said that we're like cursed.
We're evil.
And the reason why we're
they put a spell on us so that we can't use our powers because we use it to defend it against them. And
or not even that. They believe that we're black because we're dirty from a curse. That's what they believe. We're black because we're dirty from a curse. Like, that shit deep. And they believe that
I know that the
America.
the Amish is a different.
Yeah, Amish is different. I'm talking
pack
about
of
Mormons.
people.
Mormons is their religion is wild.
Mormons are weird. Mormons,
Scientology.
they're the people that can have that used to be able to have multiple wives.
They still can. Okay.
But they don't believe in polygamy anymore. That was taken out of their practices.
Oh, for real? I didn't even know that.
That was something that was practiced, and then it was taken out of their practices. Yeah,
that's wild.
But the reasons that they took it out was because it was supposed to be used to increase the numbers. That's what it was. Because it makes sense. Because when you think about it, it's more men than women. It's more women than men.
Yeah.
So it would make sense for men to have multiple partners so that we could, cultivate or whatever.
Especially if the numbers ain't looking right.
Yeah, the numbers ain't looking right. So that would be why. But then it seemed like it wasn't the best idea. But it is weird because all these different religions, like me and my boy was talking about religions before, and we were talking about Islamic faith and how the Quran, they mention that, they did, cross paths with Jesus and such. Mm-hmm. But they also had the belief that, he wasn't
the last prophet.
Well, no. They consider him a prophet and not God. Yeah. So he was just like another prophet. Mm-hmm. Like he wasn't whatever. And that's where the Christians have the disconnection with the Muslims, because of the disconnection of Jesus from their scriptures and his powers. But then there's also talks in the Hindu scriptures of Muhammad having existence. The only thing that I say, okay, we know that there's several books of the Bible, and a lot of those books are not included in the Bible. So when we say that somebody doesn't exist, then we also have to take into account that there are scriptures that are missing, which may have the depiction of certain characters. This character doesn't denounce the credibility of certain characters in the Bible, but the Bible discredits him for whatever reason. So that whole religion is against it. Now, they will debunk any religion that's against Christianity most of the time. You know what I mean? So it's just something to take into consideration. And me and my boy was kind of going, well, not really going back and forth on it, because
is he Muslim?
No, he's spiritual. He doesn't consider himself to be a Christian or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But he's like, how could a person be atheist when they still believe that there is some type of creator?
That's not atheist. That means you don't believe in anything.
Right. Like how does things come to be? Mm-hmm. My question is not of creation. My question is of divinity. My question,
of what it actually is.
My question is not of creation. It's of divinity.
So was he calling you an atheist specifically though?
It was just a blanket statement. Oh. But what we're talking about in terms of belief system, the people that are very strongly spiritually connected, believe what they believe because of faith. Yeah. I'm saying that faith is not enough. You know what I mean? For me personally. Yeah. But I'm reserving my belief for something, because everything originates from something.
So can I ask you about faith? Like when you say faith, you mean faith in the Lord, or you mean
faith? What is faith?
So faith is
just believing something off of a feeling.
Yeah. So
that's faith.
So what I'm saying is, an example of faith is going to work every day.
No.
Let me tell you why it's an example of faith. Because
to me, it's not.
You don't know if your job is going to be there. You assume it's going to be there.
No.
So hold on. Let me finish.
I'm just saying no.
I understand, but let me finish.
Right. I'm saying no.
I understand, but what I'm saying is.
But I understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is faith.
That is not just going to disappear into things.
Yeah, that's not faith for me.
No, I'm just saying. Not even that it's not going to disappear, but that you have to go to work to get the. You know what I'm saying? You have faith that they're going to pay you, even though they might mess up your pay, or they might. You see what I'm saying? There's factors against it. But what I'm saying
that's like.
What I'm saying is faith. It's still faith. Isn't that still faith?
To me, no.
Why?
It could be, because that has happened to me. Where they mess up multiple jobs.
If it could be.
But they have to correct it.
Right. If it could be, then that means that you have to add something in it to make it faithful thing. When what you said initially, without adding all those extra things to it, no, I wouldn't consider that faith. No, that's just a normal thing.
Because it's proven that you're gonna get what you want.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Week after week after week, it's routine. So it's more than faith because you've already seen it happening several times. Faith is you're believing something that hasn't happened yet, or something that you feel is gonna happen because of whatever your convictions are. So you just believe that this is gonna happen because it's the way that it should happen.
So isn't that the same thing though?
No, it's not.
No, it's not because it already happened. You've already worked and gotten paid.
Right, I understand what y'all saying, but what I'm saying is somebody
stuff hasn't happened.
Somebody with faith, right? Let's say something happened in their life where they believed that was because of their faith.
You have no proof. That's just
something else happened that made them have faith in something else?
No. They have faith in, let's say, whatever God they believe in, right?
Okay.
And they were God and faith in God for living better, right? And then all of a sudden
for living better. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I want to kind of understand. I'm gonna get it. Because if we're talking about faith in a being, then we have to change the metrics because faith in a being has nothing to do with work or whether your life is going a certain type of way.
But
let
me finish.
Right.
Let me finish the question.
Go ahead.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if you have faith in something, let's say you have faith in God in this specific scenario, you have faith in God that, let's say that things are going to get better, and things do get better, and you believe it's because of the faith. So you're going to say, I think this got better because of God. Okay. That would be a faith, what's the name, right? So what I'm saying is, isn't it faith to be like, okay, I think if I change my attitude at work, I have faith that things will get better. Isn't that faith too? That's my question.
Okay.
But that still is the same along the line.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's still not knowing. You're just thinking that. But that's a different than what you said about getting paid. Because you at that actually.
No, let her answer, and then you can answer.
Because that actually happened. That's the difference. You already worked and got paid. When you're saying if I do this, then this is gonna make things go better. You don't know.
I didn't say pay. I said
I'm
things get
telling
better.
you the difference.
Let me answer.
So it could be like somebody treat them better.
What is the difference?
Let me answer that.
If you make a change, if you're saying if I make this change, then it's gonna get better, you don't really know that. That's your belief, and you don't know until. But the other one, you got paid, so that's the difference. That actually happened, so you've seen it with your own eyes.
For what he's talking about, because that's why I said, like, if we talk about a being, then that's gonna be a different metric.
Yeah.
But what he's talking about is, okay, I'm deserving of something because of the efforts that I put forward. So now hold on. No, it's not blind. Hold on. Because then when we get to hold on. All right, because I know this is a triggering thing for working class. Faith to me is believing in something without any tangible evidence. That's what faith is.
So there's
hold on. I'm talking.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm almost done.
My bad. Go ahead.
When we talk about the working class and we talk about jobs, right? There's hierarchies. There's your supervisor. There's the manager. There's the director. There's entry level, right? So when you're on the higher level, you understand things different. It's not faith to them because they know what the fuck it is. So they're like God in that instance, right? When we relate it to power structure. They know what's going to happen. They know who's going to get promoted, who's not going to get promoted, who's this, who's that. There's other people that work within that hierarchy that have the answers to those questions. So we might give objectives. I'm saying we because I'm a part of that structure. We might give objectives to people, hey, do X, Y, and Z without thinking about it. Just do it for this period of time. I'm not going to tell you how long it's going to take. It may take 2 months, 3 months, whatever. You have to be patient. That's where the faith comes in because I can't tell you you're going to get this position if you maintain this course for 2 months. You know what I mean? Because you might not do it. You might call out of work. You might do this. So I have to really give you a complete list of what you need to do in order for you to effectively do that to get to that point. If I don't tell you those things, then you might slip and not do every single one of those things, and then you won't be eligible for that promotion. So that is where the faith comes in because you have to trust me. So that's faith. You're trusting me. You're trusting my authority to tell you what it would take for you to get to that point But for me, it's not faith. For me, it's like, this is what you need to do to get to the point that you need to get to. I know what you need to do. But that's what we're talking about. No, but that's what we're talking about. But that's what we're talking about. Because he's talking about, yo. But what you said, right? That correlates to what you were saying, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So in essence, it's like trust the process is faith.
Yeah,
trust the process is faith, right?
That's different than getting paid because you know.
But the process is set.
You don't know if that's gonna happen. You could not get it because of nepotism.
That's like the Constitution.
You could not get it because you're black.
That's like the Bible.
Racist.
That's like the Constitution.
You can do everything.
That's like the laws of the land, right?
You don't always get what you deserve.
That's like the Bible. That's like the Constitution. That's like the laws of the land. Correct?
Absolutely.
Those are all the same things. These are things that they have set a certain type of way, because if you do it this way, this is what will happen. And it happens. People that do their job the way that their supervisors tell them to do to the T, they looked at as pick-me's, or even in relationships it comes to that, like the pick-me's and all that. People that's doing this shit the way that they're supposed to do it and getting the outcomes that they should get, that they are deserving of, they get them because they're doing things the way that it's designed to be. But if they go against the grain, then they're not going to be afforded those same opportunities.
There's not 100% guarantee either, though. That's why
exactly.
That's not trust the faith. That's why it's
process, right?
That's why it's faith. Yeah, that's what I said. So
as far as the relationship part of that, right? Should it be faith that your girl isn't cheating or your guy isn't cheating, or should it be, no, this person is solid, I've seen the verification? So it should never just be, okay, I've seen proof and evidence that this person.
If you there's no proof, because just because they didn't cheat for 5 years or you didn't catch them, that doesn't mean that they're not gonna do it in the future. So that's still blind too.
It's dangerous to just.
You can't determine what someone else is gonna do. You can hope that they won't. You can only control your actions.
Yeah, that's real shit.
And that's why I don't worry about that. They were getting mad. I was watching Lapeef.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when we're just going off of like, just okay, this feels right, and you're just going with the flow. You know what I mean? Because I go with the flow personally. I do go with the flow, but there's times where, okay, something's going on that I don't agree with, then I'm gonna say something about it.
You probably left.
I was like, what about black lighter?
I'm like, I don't agree with people just like accepting the way shit is in a relationship. Oh, this girl does this or does that or whatever, so I know she gotta be this. But don't put so much energy into that without having anything else going on in your life. Like, you got a business, don't let your business fuck up because you having relationship issues. But I know it's harder for some people, but I just encourage men not to let themselves fall down to that rabbit hole. Like, don't fucking let yourself be fucked up because somebody broke your heart and you got bigger things to do.
But how do you avoid that? Tell the people that.
Stoicism.
As a man.
Stoicism. Just keeping 10 toes, like, you know what I mean? Understanding that, shit is gonna happen in relationships, but you just have to keep. I would say this, and a lot of women gonna hate it. A lot of people gonna hate it, and women gonna say, "Well, that's what women need to do too." To always, keep your guard, keep yourself on guard. Like, don't really fully trust these chicks until you ready to make that leap. And you shouldn't be ready to make that leap after you've been talking to a chick for 2 months, 3 months. You know what I mean? Take your time, get to know her. You know what I mean, and then decide. And when I mean leap, I mean marriage. I don't mean boyfriend, girlfriend. Boyfriend, girlfriend, anybody could do that. Anybody could say, but anybody could say you the boyfriend, you the girlfriend, or whatever. Anybody could do that shit. But that marriage shit, that's when it's some real shit, because that has something to do with the government. Like, you involving them in your shit. If you want to involve them in your shit, then you need to make sure all the ducks is in a row. Like, this bitch don't got a secret lover and all that extra shit. You know what I mean? You should have made sure that all of that shit was good before this shit happened. Don't ever let yourself just get too deep in love with somebody where you discount or you overlook all of these red flags and you're like, well, she be coming in the house at 3 o'clock in the morning. She be a little tired. She don't want to have sex at that time, but she good. Like, I know she wouldn't do nothing to hurt me. Da, da, da. You sound stupid, bro.
Can I ask y'all something about love, both of y'all? Can love be beneficial, and how?
I mean,
Can love be beneficial?
Good. I mean, the actions
being
that
loved
come
or
from
loving
being
someone.
loved.
Being in love with somebody.
Being in love or being loved.
With you, both.
By someone.
Both.
I think being loved.
So
because
then we have to say both.
That.
So then being loved. Being loved by somebody, yes, can be beneficial. Being loved by someone else can be beneficial.
Of what they do,
because people do things out of love. They might not want to do it, but they do it because they love you. They want to see you happy. They want to see you smile. It's gratifying to them when you're happy. When you're happy.
Okay.
Now,
loving somebody else if they don't love you.
Being in love with somebody, right? Just like she said, being in love with somebody is a little bit different, because if you in love with somebody, then you can be blinded to those red flags that we was just talking about.
Yeah, that's why I said both.
You know
it's like both ways.
Or you could just not care and be like, I love them, whatever, and you just accept whatever. So it may not be beneficial. It might feel good because you like spending time with that person or whatever, but it's not helping you because they ain't reciprocating.
Being in love
energy.
can be dangerous too.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I feel like we know about the dangers of love. You know what I'm saying? We definitely know that.
It's just as dangerous as faith.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to really focus on the benefits of it, because it's not really too common. Is love a good thing though? That's why we got to talk about the benefits. It's like if there's no benefits, then it's not a good thing.
Because like when we say,
there is benefits.
Good and bad for individuals is subjective, but certain terms can be a good or a bad thing. Hate, we can agree that hate is a negative connotation. It doesn't mean anything positive when we say hate. Hate is a strong dislike, a loathe for something.
It's the opposite of love.
It's the opposite of love. Love only has good definitions.
But you have to have love someone to be, unless it's like
it's not just
a stranger did.
It's not even someone. It could be something. I love Mike's Hard Lemonade. Not necessarily, but I'm just saying.
But
that
I'm saying
could be
usually
love, right?
when
for
it
this inanimate
becomes
object.
hate, it's because you love them at one point. Unless it was like somebody did something to someone else that you love and then you hate them for what they did. But usually you cared about that person at one point and they did something to mess that up, and that's why.
But I'm saying love.
Well, the opposite of love is just not caring.
Love is good.
It's not even hate.
Love is good.
You gotta care about somebody.
If we're gonna say something is good or something is bad, love is good. Now it can be bad. Yeah. If you love someone blindly, you know what I mean? Just like if you have faith blindly, just like if you have anything else blindly, because when you do something blindly, there's no equivocations, there's nothing else. I don't care what happens, motherfucker, this is what it is. That's not what you want. You know what I mean? You want something where there's some substance to it. If I love somebody, they love me back. Most of the time. I would appreciate that. I don't appreciate somebody love if I love somebody and it's not being reciprocated. Now, family, you can love family.
Familia.
You can think that family doesn't love you back or family doesn't love you, but
it's crazy.
It is crazy. But then you think about it like, okay, some family just don't like each other. Like if there's a woman that was raped by a family member, she's probably not going to really love that family member anymore because
she might not
of what
love
they
the family
did.
Because maybe the family knew and
maybe the family knew and they let it go. So now she doesn't like her whole family, like type of shit.
Because they covered it up and this happens all the time.
Exactly.
Now shit like that is different.
And they still let those people come around and be like, better stay away from
functions and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Anxiety.
That's crazy. That he did that.
Yeah, all that shit, anxiety, everything. So
I hate my family too.
Yeah, there's different parts of that shit that but in terms of like, love being a bad thing, I really don't think love can be bad. In its actual sense.
The result of it may turn out because of what you endure.
Yeah, their intentions. Yeah. But if you really intend to do them good, then it should be good coming out of it.
We want love. Like that's what we want. That's what everybody wants.
I need some love and affection.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
That shit.
That's what the world needs, man.
Real talk, man. They try to put us against each other, y'all.
They do, man. Cat Williams about to put another joint on. I think he just did a
coming to CT
comedy special. Yeah, he talking about everything, man. He got new material.
Yeah, I might go see that. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Ever since he came out with that joint airing out, cause we got like acknowledge like Cat's been in the eye of the public media for quite some time. Remember that shit with the eighth grader when the eighth grader beat him up?
Yeah, that's why I said they tried to sabotage.
That was a big deal, man.
Whole career.
We ain't never see a man get beat up by an eighth grader.
Think about it.
That dude was a grown
if that
man,
shit,
though.
Think about it.
That was an eighth grader.
It was an eighth grader, but
he was a big eighth grader. But Cat Williams a little man.
But even still, y'all gotta think about it though. If he really fucked that kid up, he would have been in jail.
Oh shit, we do got a Patreon. I forgot.
He spit like, yo, Cat is smart, yo. Cat is smart. If he beat that kid up, he probably would be in jail right now.
He couldn't beat him out. It ain't
maybe
that
maybe
he was
trying. You think he was holding back?
He was trying.
I think
he
so.
was trying to
I
fight.
felt like he was holding back a little bit.
I think so.
Because he could have did technical shit on him. He could have put him in a hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Broke his arm.
He put him in a hole. He was trying to fight back.
I think he was trying to maintain balance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make sure this nigga didn't hit him. But
because
all they did was wrestle.
Right.
He didn't get no
hits.
I
think he didn't really want.
I'm just saying the boy didn't.
We
get
could.
No hits out of him. If you win a fight and we just wrestled,
we could come at him like that little boy did him dirty, but I could see when somebody like when we watched that Tyson fight, like a lot of people probably untrained eye probably was like, oh, Tyson got washed, but nah, he really didn't. He was pulling punches, right? 100%. So it's like when somebody fighting somebody and they holding back, you can kind of tell.
And I'm not just going off of how.
But he really was holding it.
Boxers that said he was pulling punches.
Yeah, but he didn't want the kid to hurt him either, because the kid wasn't no little kid.
Exactly.
So it was like two things that was going on.
And even a part where, remember I said I thought he was crying and shit? The nigga splashed cold water on him. That's why he made that face real quick and then he was good. I didn't know that. I thought it looked like he was crying on that fucking bench.
Water in his face?
Yeah, it was cold water and you could see it. They slow it down and as soon as they put the water, he made that face. I thought he was just crying because he was in pain and shit. But they just splashed cold water on that nigga. So, yo, I think he could have fucked Jake Paul.
I mean, he could have done something after he got loose.
Yeah.
Because he was in that submission hold at first.
I think he could have did it.
When he got up.
Right, niggas like when a nigga,
but
I can speak on myself. You fighting somebody.
I don't think.
Maybe.
Even if he tried to.
If you fighting somebody and they let you go, you gonna go back at him. If y'all really
just
like.
Left. He was like, that's why nobody want to come and play.
Yeah, because when you realize you a grown man and you fighting a kid, you probably like, all right, let me, you know what I mean? But I know like nobody want to be embarrassed like that.
I think
I don't think so. If you really like swinging, and not no tussling, cause that's not fighting.
He put him in a submission, then he let him go.
Yeah, you could punch a nigga in the head while they got you in a submission. You could still punch them in their face. You could punch them in their nose, make their eyes pucker up and shit like that. That's gonna weaken them a little bit. You could scurry out of their shit. You know what I mean? There's certain things you could do.
I'm saying if he would have.
I think this man is older than me. I think this man knows what he could do to defend him. But I'm saying I think he knows what he could do to defend himself. I'm not really taking a stance and saying, oh, he could have washed that little boy. I'm taking a stance as like this a grown man fighting a kid and it could have been way worse.
I think he could have knocked him out.
Absolutely.
I definitely do.
agree.
And I believe that he was paid to not knock this out. I believe he was paid.
You talking about the boxing match. I was talking about Cat.
No, the Cat Williams shit.
The Cat, yeah. Well, the Cat Williams shit, I still believe that even if it was an accident, I think it worked out better that he didn't hit that young boy because he would have been in jail.
And that's probably why he didn't, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think it would have been a good fight.
Maybe he was looking like he got outpowered.
He was, and this, I mean, size doesn't matter if you can fight, but I've never seen Cat Williams fight before. So I don't know why you would just automatically he can beat us up just because of his age.
Nah.
Not even that.
Experience, but not even just that.
It was really
you don't know if
hold on.
Where are you getting
we going everywhere with this conversation.
Just being a man.
Hold on. Cat Williams, hold on. No.
I'm just saying how you grow up.
Cat Williams, hold on. Cat Williams was 13 years old, kicked out of his house, forced to live an adult life. I'm sure he's seen some shit.
You gotta fight.
You know what I mean? He had to learn how to defend himself, keep himself from getting raped. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. That's speculation. But I'm just thinking. I'm just assuming off of life experiences that it could have went different.
Somebody tried to agree.
Hold on. I'm not done. If that's the case, then we can say that, and we can all agree to disagree. That's fine. But let's just understand that some certain things. You recognize everything that you have to lose in a situation. It's not that serious. If it was that serious, you know what I mean, you fighting a kid and taking it serious and trying to hurt this kid, then it would be a lot of people that be hurting these kids because kids get out their mouth all the time. But sometimes dudes do go to jail for having to put their hands on the child. I'm not done. Well, it's a lot of... Don't do that. It's a lot of... All right, put the timer on. But if you put the timer on, don't interrupt me, though. In those situations when you know, like, it's an adult with a kid, you know that mismatch, it's a mismatch in several things. Consequences a mismatch. And then also, physicality might be a mismatch. Experience is definitely a mismatch. So you want to be careful in those situations. So I'm thinking, as crazy as we might think that this individual is, he's still a grown man in that situation with a whole bunch of children. This one child got out of his, whatever. He was a little bit bigger than me, but everybody's bigger than this dude. But he's still a man. It's still a difference. And I think even women don't understand that, because there's women that be probably bigger in size than a man, but still don't have that developed strength to be able to deal with the physicality of a man. And they may think they have the upper hand on them, but that's just the man holding back. A lot of times in those situations, I'm not saying that he could have did this, but I'm reserving, because of my understanding of certain things, just to say that, I don't know, that little boy would have took him. I'm not really going to say that, because I realized he was holding back. Now, if he wasn't holding back, he was giving it all he had after he had just played soccer with all of these kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many elements. If I felt like that, then I'd be like, all right. But nah, like, he just was, like, really trying to show, like this little kid, like, yo, what you think this is? Like, you know what I mean? And standing his ground, trying to teach the kid a lesson, but it just went backwards. He probably shouldn't even engage with that kid and should have just let the kid walk away. But the kid started it, and the kid was being disrespectful. So he had to show the kid something. And then after that happened, you know what I mean, it was just crazy. But I feel like this. When that kid gets older, you need to rematch him to a celebrity boxing match, you know what I mean? And just settle it, you know what I mean? But for now, I just look at it. It was a kid and a grown man, and he made the right decision by taking that personally.
Yeah, I'm not saying, he did hold back. But what I'm saying is, how you're assuming that, he might just, you don't know, because like you said, he did hold back and didn't actually fight. He just basically just sat there, or whatever. If you're saying he restrained himself, he put him in a submission, and then when he let him go, he didn't do nothing. He could have tried to swing or whatever. But I'm saying, we don't know. You don't know him. You didn't grow up with him. You didn't see him fight before. You don't know if he's ever been in a fight. And you mentioned, like, he had a fight to prevent himself from getting raped. Did he say that, or I'm not trying to be, I'm asking, or were you just using that as an example?
You asked the question, or you finish it? Oh, all right. Well, he just said that he'd been around since he been out and about since he was 13 or something.
Yeah, on the streets.
Right. So I don't know.
Oh, so that was that's what I'm saying.
Right?
You don't know him.
Yeah,
I could see if it's like somebody and you grew up with this person, like, this nigga got hands, he let him.
And he did allude to the fact that he was approached by some people that were trying to do.
I think kids that grow up in the system,
sexual thing.
Gotta look.
Not even in the system. He was in the streets.
Well, in the streets too.
Yeah, as a kid.
The streets and the system.
Unless he was lying about his story.
It's like,
you know what I mean?
It's like, people will take advantage of you.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're an attractive young character, you know what I'm saying? They gonna try to do stuff to you.
He's attractive to you?
No, I'm just saying a pedophile might think he's
he reads it
attractive.
His
You see what I'm saying? And if that's easy work. Like, nobody wants him. Like,
his experience was his experience.
That's not my experience.
No.
Pedophiles gonna look at that little boy and
Cat
be like,
Williams'
oh,
experience
is
his experience. He's been through some shit. I'm sure being through certain things, people know how to adapt themselves to certain situations.
Yeah, but there are people that are in this situation that also get their ass whooped all the time, so you can't automatically.
But you learn from that too.
Because it brings different people. Some people it makes them stronger and they know how to defend themselves, and some people it just makes them weaker and they just cover up and.
I don't think you like that.
So what do you?
I don't know.
Hold on.
You're making assumptions that.
What do you think? What would you assume about just what you know about Cat? Do you think that he would defend himself properly in an altercation? I'm just saying altercation.
No, I realize what you're saying. He did, because when he let him go, he just left and he was talking junk like this. Why nobody don't come out? So he could have still tried to fight if he wanted. But what I'm saying is we don't know if he would have further embarrassed himself. Like if he really tried to fight, would he have won? And yeah, it's a kid. I respect that he let it go and didn't try. But I'm just saying we don't know him. You could assume because he's older and he has certain experience, but that doesn't always make you that way. He do be talking junk and he be ready to fight or telling people when somebody say something, he be running his mouth. So I hope he do got.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but people run their mouth and get their ass whooped.
You're right.
Too.
But
so you can't make that blanket statement without knowing him personally.
How many times, if he's grown and what you're saying is correct, and he's grown and he's out there talking mad shit to Steve Harvey, to whoever he's talking shit about, said, these is grown men. These men can see him. Steve Harvey already put nigga, I'll beat this nigga the fuck up. So what I'm saying is, if nobody has tested that theory yet, then I don't believe it's that easy to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, with a person like Drake, I can understand your sentiment.
Like, I'm gonna fight back.
You feel me?
Regardless.
But with a person like Cat Williams, based off of how he talks shit and who he talks shit to, and nobody checking him, checking him, I don't think he can be played with like that.
And that's another thing. You could say, just because somebody didn't check you, that doesn't mean that they are afraid or they think you could take them. It could be just they're grown too, and they feel like I'm too grown to be fighting, regardless if I think I could whoop you or not.
Not everybody is like that, though. And if you talk shit to enough people, somebody will beat you the fuck up.
It depends on who it is. None of the people, you ain't never seen none of them in no fights neither that he was talking shit about.
I don't know. I definitely didn't see these people in fights. I know some of their characters, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying we don't know. I'm not saying that he could.
I don't even be thinking like everybody that grew up in the hood probably been in the fights. Like I don't think everybody in the hood been in fights.
You don't know.
But I know it's a lot of people like if you grew up and you went outside, you got into it. Like this is all I'm saying. Like I mean, I think even if you lose, like you gain experience. You learn. Alright, damn. Every time I lose, I get hit with a jab. So you learn to look for the jab. Every time I lose, I get hit with the gut. So you do sit-ups. Every time I lose, I get hit when I'm not looking. So you always pay attention now. Every time I lose, I get hit in the face. So now you keep your hands
psychological.
You know what I mean? So now you're learning with every loss. You learning how to be better, how to be more proficient. If you was a bitch and you was out there getting your ass whooped, at some point I would assume now you don't want to get your ass whooped no more. You go
especially if you was a smart ass Cat. Because Cat doesn't seem like no dummy.
Right.
So it's like
lessons when you're homeless. How you do that?
You fight and you get better.
I mean, he said he saved his money. He was homeless, but he wasn't broke.
You know what I mean?
They gonna save his money. They gonna stay at shelters and stay at hotels and all of that shit.
Yeah, he did say when they shot Friday, he took his family and they lived in a trailer while he, and then they got a house after that.
Yeah, so he was taking care of himself.
I think he said they had a house and he sold it.
According to his story, like this is from his mouth, so I don't know. He could be lying about everything.
I understand that he could or it could. I'm saying we don't know. You're just assuming.
No, I'm not assuming anything. This is what he said when he was sitting down with Shannon
about with the boy. That's what I'm talking about. About the outcome.
Are we assuming? Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
all
I'm not saying he
you're
could.
assuming and we're
Yeah,
assuming.
that's
Yeah,
what I
we're both
said,
assuming.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was saying.
Nah, there's no argument about us having an opinion. We
Yeah,
know that these are
what I'm saying.
opinions. These are not facts because it didn't happen.
You
But
got water in?
just looking at how the situation played out, you know, we just putting two and two together. These are hypotheses. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, big dog.
You know, these are educated guesses. So
That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying that.
Nah, I'm not arguing with you, but I'm just adding, you know, the other. Here's that term, objective perspective.
I agree with you said. Yeah, that stuff could play a role, but that doesn't automatically guarantee either. That's why I'm just playing devil's advocate.
That's not wrong with that. It's good discourse. But now he's talking about in his new shit. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if you guys watched it.
What?
But he got a new special out.
Ooh.
So in his new special, he's Cat Williams. In his new special, he's talking about.
It's out already on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, I believe. Yeah. He's talking about all the shit that's going on.
I'd rather watch that than the Jamie Foxx shit.
I haven't watched the Jamie Foxx shit either.
I don't know. I
feel
like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be entertaining because he's an entertainer.
If I'm gonna watch the Cat Williams joint, I'm gonna watch the Jamie Foxx one too. Only reason I'm gonna watch, because I'm not, like, I used to really watch like comedy specials and shit like that, but I really stopped. But only reason I'm watching it is for
making a fire pit
for controversy. Just for the
table fire pit.
The controversial aspect of the conversation that we can have after I watched it, because it's a lot of stuff that people talk about with the Jamie Foxx. If anybody, you know, if they have any insight on it, you know what I mean, please share that shit in the comments. But I know that Jamie Foxx is talking about, you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of rumors. He was a clone, you know what I mean? He's addressing that. About the Diddy stuff, about
fucker.
About a lot of stuff while he was in the coma and how he got to that point and all of this stuff. So it's just a lot of stuff that he's addressing in his shit, and Cat Williams is giving more dirt.
Do you think he would be 100%? Do you think it's likely that his special is the 100% truth, or do you think that he altered the special to try to take light off certain issues that were alleged, especially the Diddy situation?
Just a smoke screen?
Yeah. What do you think? More likely to you?
I don't know. I think a lot of times with celebrities, when they get to a certain age and they're still doing shit, I look at it as a money grab. If they trying to like do something late in the game, cause now we don't even look at Jamie Foxx as, we know he's a comedian, but now we look at him as like a movie guy. Like he's been in like a lot of movies.
And a musician, bro.
He's been in a lot of movies now. Like I know he do the music shit, but it's crazy, like I look at him more as a movie guy now.
Yeah,
I've seen him more on TV than anything else.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? His music career isn't all that, even though he got some jams with some people that we love, but really,
and he's thorough, but people don't take him
he's
serious.
good. But I'm saying, like, when we talk about music, when we talk about career-wise, we're talking about how you profit from it. Because it's a job.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. People don't take him serious as a musical artist because they look at him as a comedian and an actor.
He's probably talented, but as a job, it's not really doing it. You know what I mean? As far as his stature as a celebrity. Now, his movie shit is more recognizable now. You know him from his comedic, parts in movies and shit like that all over the world, more so than a lot of shit. And maybe Kanye gave him a little bit of glimpse, you know what I mean, because of Slow Jams and because of Gold Digger,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're a good combination.
Those were good to get him highlighted as a singer, but that's really just like hooks. You know what I mean? Like, so, like...
No, but he could really sing.
We
That
know.
just goes to
you're not
prove why
understanding
people
what I'm
don't care about talent anymore. Or they just close-minded, like they want to see you in one...
It's not even about...
It's
not even about people.
Like,
it's about career. Because even if you're not a good singer, you can make good music.
Because people don't care about talent when it comes to the music industry.
But if
they
you
prioritize
the look,
make it a career, and if you're talking about or whatever,
but if you make it a career,
talented.
But if you make it a career, you got to think of it as a business. Fuck your talent. You got to think of it as a business.
That is what
so the artist has
but
that.
I'm saying that's why he's not as successful in that, because people don't care about talent.
The artist has the artist ego.
Because he should be.
And it's like they're sensitive about their music. So they want to make their music the way they want to make their music. Painters want to paint the way they want to paint. Fucking magicians want to do magic the way they want to do it. You know what I mean?
So who's supposed to have control?
They have control over their own craft. They have control over their craft.
Who's supposed to have control? The people that's paying for it,
or the artist is supposed to have control over their art. Mm-hmm. But the problem is you're making it a career. Mm. When you make something that you like into a job, what do they say? You're not gonna like it anymore. That's what they say. Yeah. Because there's something that comes with that element, because now you're not so passionate. Natural. You're not passionate about making the art for you to appreciate it. You're making the art for others to appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So now that you're doing it for that way, because you're trying to sell your shit. When you're trying to sell your shit, you're gonna have to figure out what does the market want, or you're gonna have to find your fitting in whatever your demographic is. But you have to have an identity that fits in what they want. If what you want is relative to other people, then you can do music the way that you do it, because it's relative to people. There's some artists that just come out with it. They don't have to change their shit, commercialize their shit, because their shit, they started whatever they want already. Whatever the demographic is looking for is the music that they made. It was more than just their sound. It was how they make it, their meaning behind it, their fun with it, you know what I mean, their performance with it, all these other elements that they naturally do, because that was how they started. But when you come from talent normally doesn't have the hard work.
You know this person?
Talent normally doesn't have the hard work. Talent is just, this is what I can do. I should be entitled to success based off my ability. And it works out like that sometimes in
I don't think it's
sports.
About should. I'm just saying based off, like, they're not just him. There are multiple artists that should be, like, for example, Sexy Red, she should not be a celebrity. If you're going based off of talent, that's what I'm saying. That's
because they're not going based off of talent. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing of what I'm saying.
I know. I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And you're saying why it should be, but that's taking up.
Yeah, but we don't.
That's separating the difference of a career versus just you're doing it because it's a hobby or you just love doing it. Mm-hmm. If you're doing it as a career, then you have to figure out how to market this and how to turn it into a business. Mm-hmm. If you can't figure that out, you're not going to have a successful career. I don't give a fuck what it is. Plumbing could be a career. Electrical shit could be a career. Architecture is a career. Being a doctor is a career, right? Yeah. But you know how to do it. And you're so good. I'm the greatest doctor ever. Like, why can't I be the head surgeon general of the United States or some shit like that? Well, what does this take for you to be this person? Who do you have to know to fit in that group? What do you have to know to fit in that group? Do you have all of those or do you just have your talent?
Oh, yeah.
Feel me? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with talent. Musical artists, because I don't really get into it with the music with singers. Uh-huh. Because for singers can have studio voices and have the look and be very marketable. Marketable, that's what I'm saying, the money aspect of it. Yeah, man. Because that's what they want. They want bread. You know what I mean? But for women, a lot of times it sucks. Industry is like, it's like made for women to have to show their skin. You know what I mean? Secular music sells more than Christian music. You know what I mean?
Talent in general.
And it's a reason why, like, you know, excels. You know what I mean? It always does. So you could be no talent or the lowest talent and have somebody that can work with you to put you where you need to be and work with what you have.
Shout out to the women that got both, that got sex appeal, but they're actually talented.
And the only reason they don't progress is probably a conspiracy theory, but it's because
it's
politics. They don't suck the right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Or they don't let the right person.
It's sad.
Smash.
That's what I'm saying. You agree with what I'm saying?
No, I agree. Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's sad because, and I feel that way because I'm not a celebrity, but I make music or whatever, and I feel like, but I'm
it's
not famous. Yeah, like I feel like you should be recognized for that. There was a time, like there's so many people that don't have talent that are at the top of the music industry, and it's like, it's taking away the value of what it means.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
It's like, you remember, just back in the day, I'm showing my age, The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Remember
Leroy.
Okay, remember the guy, the exec that was trying to buy the place or whatever, and have his girlfriend's video played, and she was trash or whatever. She had a song that she was trying to play. And it was like somebody was actually good, and instead of playing their song, they wanted to hear her song or whatever. So it was like a whole big thing. It's exactly what you're talking about, because they're gonna push what they want to push more than what you want to push, and they're gonna make people love what they want. Or it's going to be somebody that they created, like a plant, you know, like somebody that's really not that talented, but they can speak to this demographic.
So what qualifies you? What do you think are like 3 things you could tell if somebody's a plant?
To tell if they're a plant?
Yeah, industry plant.
Number 1 is identifiably no talent.
Okay.
Like identifiably no talent.
Okay. And they're still getting pushed.
What is identifiably no talent? Like when we say, like if we do say a sexy red, I kind of despise her, but I can't say identifiably no talent.
Okay.
Cause the deem of what talent is now is different. So if I'm gonna be literal, she's common, right? But she's the worst example of it. I think she's toxic to our children. You know what I mean? Basically, her display of music, how she displays herself as a woman, like, is very detrimental to young women today to be singing their songs, playing her music. But it's not gonna stop. We had NWA in '89. You know what I mean? Like, so
even
like,
now, nigga, look at a
music,
lot of the women
music
rappers.
is like really for black people.
If they know
has
sex
always
sells
been like
and
this.
they care about the sales, they're gonna sell sex if they get in that industry.
The problem is that when you're directly reaching that demographic of children, because like it's okay, like for me it's okay if adults hear the R-rated MA music,
I think
whatever, because you're an adult.
If
you're gonna fucking let that shit mold who you are when you're 45 or you're 50 years old, then there's something wrong with you. You're a fucking I don't know, yeah, just retarded.
I think
I can't say that word.
If you're in the industry, right, and you're broke and you're coming from no money, right, and you get a chance to be in the industry, but they're like, you gotta sell sex. Like, we don't care how you do it. Don't ever switch up, or we'll take this money from you. You gotta sell this. A lot of people gonna take that opportunity. They don't blame me.
Because a lot of people don't think it's bad.
You're right, but let me finish. So then, it's like, I don't fault her because she's one of many. It's not just Sexy Red out here that's promoting sex and bad shit. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's what she says though.
Sometimes it's what a lot of them
what
say.
She says directly.
Sometimes it's what a lot of them say.
It's really bad. And
bro,
how much
if it's not promoting,
and also the imaging, right? Like,
if it's not promoting something like
her being pregnant and twerking, being caught having X with somebody while she's pregnant.
But this is the social norms. You know why
it's bad to be a first step towards many others trying
You know
to do
why
this now.
she's so popular is because she's relatable. And if she's relatable to the women that we're trying to date, then, and we don't want those women, but they fuck with Sexy Red, it's like it's a whole movement now. You see what I'm saying? And movements like that aren't usually beneficial. That's how we know it's not run by us. So I can't blame her for chasing the bag, getting the bag, and having to degrade herself. I just pity the situation. Like, damn, like, she don't even know.
Pity the fool.
You know what I mean? What she
doesn't
chose.
use 1-800-COLLECT. Remember that?
And what she signed up for. She don't even know. Like, it's. I mean, maybe it was worth it.
Shit, what do you think about Mr. T? Mr. T was
Mr. T.
He was yeah, because he was promoting stuff for the kids and telling kids don't disrespect their mother. Yeah. But Mr. T he stood for everything that was wrong. He was Clobber Lane and Rocky. He was hold on. He became who he was from a competition that was meant to be to brutally bare knuckle beat other guys, and he was a champion of this thing. Like, he was beating up a whole bunch of guys in a circle before UFC started. And he's a brute.
I think
shout out to Mr. T.
I think Mr. T is closer to the bad boy of the NBA AI than Sexy Red.
Okay. I like where you're going.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there could be dysfunction in the system and it still be accepted as cool, right? Like AI, like Mr. T with all the chains, and you're not supposed to be all gaudy like that and geeky like that. But guess what? That shit is cool as fuck, right? AI with the braids and shit, nigga with all the tattoos, he ain't give a fuck. Practice. That shit was cool as fuck.
That was funny, right?
That's cool as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's cool.
Don't have to practice.
Hell no.
Yeah. It's notable.
Never went
that
to practice.
Was fire. It's like.
And he kicked his joint out naked. I'm sorry, like, I'm not glorifying that. But
yeah, he was wildin'. This is what I'm saying. These are heroes. All I'm saying is sometimes the bad shit makes it cool, but her shit. The reason why we're saying that she's a plant is because, like, I think she's smart enough to know, like, yeah, I'm wildin', but I gotta just keep on going along for the ride because I'd rather be this than be broke.
Right.
Yeah, so she know what she doing.
That girl was crazy.
I just pity her, bro. I just feel like when it's all said and done, she gonna be like, damn, I really chose this shit. Ain't no turning back now. That's the motherfuckers that die in fear. And I'm not saying that to be, no threat or no wild shit. I'm just saying in life, that's usually how it goes. People that say, oh, well, fuck it. I'm just going to take the money and I'll take the consequences later. Get the consequences and be like, damn. Was it worth it? Like, I mean, shit. Hope she having fun. But I've seen, like, videos of her, like, trying to kiss men and they kind of dub her, like. It's like, that's the reputation that you have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you real. I know you saying what the fuck is real, but your reputation precedes you now. And in this dating world, it's already a shitty-ass dating world. Like, you can't be, oh, yeah, you have chlamydia. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this wild shit. I'm about to wild in Miami on my baby daddy type shit. Like, come on, man. Shit. Yeah, I mean, this shit is gonna catch up to you, yo.
These loyalty tests been killing me, man.
I can't even watch them shits, bro. Them shits is
triggering, right?
Yeah, they too triggering. I can't fuck with that shit. Like, yo, really?
Like, yo, the last
this can't be real.
The last one I saw, right? The dude from the shit.
Yeah.
He put his hands on the girl man, the dude that run the shit. They got into it.
Word.
And they was fighting. Like, really fighting. He knocked the dude out. And the dude, he got set up because they had a girl that was coming in to be one of his OnlyFans people, model or whatever. And he ended up trying to talk to her. They was about to get it in by the pool where the camera was, but she was setting him up. Like, whole time his girl, but he was like being grimy in front of his girl. Like, he was like, yo, like telling her to shut up or whatever, sent her upstairs type shit. Then he was talking to the other chick the whole time. She watching him, talking to the chick like, yo, really? Like, but he was disrespectful from the jump. He was already talking to the other chick like, yo, you look mad good. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you know what I mean? Just really like right in front of his girl. And I'm like looking, I'm like, that's his girl, right? She's standing right there, or they got like this a split screen. Like, nigga, she was right at the counter. He's sitting right there where she at, talking to the joint. Right in front of his girl, like, and they had the emoji over his face, so they had like the heart emoji on his eyes and shit. Like, it was like crazy, like, and then the other girl was like, "Do you even love your girl?" And then he looked at her like, "Yeah, I love her. Like, that's my like." It was just weird, cause. So then after they about to get it on, then she calling from the balcony like, "Yo, it's over. I'm done." He telling her to shut the F up. Then he come over there, he like, yo. And then the other dude that owned the joint, he was trying to tell me, he's like, yo, I'm telling you what this is. Like, this is like, you know, this is a show. And we
Wait, he smashed?
He was trying to, but she wasn't putting out. She was sunning him after because she felt like he was grimy. And
I was about to say.
he was cursing her.
Like he still was.
Nah, she was a plant. And he was like cursing this girl out, and then the other dude was like, yo, look, I'm just telling you why we here. And then he started getting in the dude's face. He was like, yo, you want some too, bro?
He was embarrassed.
You want some too? And then the dude was like, yo, bro, I don't even want no problem. And he swung on him and he missed. And then dude just went in.
Oh, the other dude?
The host? The host just went in.
The host beat him up?
After he missed, the host went in and just took him. Gave him the, he was leaking by the pool, so you could see like little drops near the pool, like where he got him.
He leaked him.
He was just, all you heard him go, ha, 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 ha. Just heard him cracking him. Like he was going.
He must box. He must box.
Yeah, he got him.
Damn.
He was getting him. I was like,
shout out to that nigga, man. He just,
yeah, but I feel bad.
I know
to come to that, but that was self-defense.
Was happy as hell.
Yeah, she was. Oh, while he was getting him, she was like, "That's what you get. That's what you get." Like, yo, he better not try to be back with her after that. Nigga, like, cause now
they got kids. I hope they don't have kids.
They was young. I don't think they had no kids.
Good.
You never know.
Damn.
Crazy situation.
That's so wild.
But it's just like you gotta be careful. Like you don't want to like.
I'm suing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking.
She said legal steps were taken after this vehicle.
Man. Nigga beat my ass on camera.
First of all, you can't record a person without.
Yeah, and you beat me up, bro.
So yeah, I could take you to court.
Set me up.
And you beat me up. And it's on camera.
Ain't no way.
They could if my lawyer's good, he could say I was coerced.
If you're in a public place.
I was coerced. It's not public. It's not. It wasn't a public place. I was coerced
or anything like
into the situation.
No, record someone.
Oh, record.
No, it was private, but I was coerced into the situation by these individuals and reacted as such. I wasn't in the right mental state due to the all of that. They're gonna have a fight on their hands, and I was left there. Nobody called me an ambulance or nothing like that to check me. All of that, you know what I mean. And it's on camera where you guys can see clearly. And he tried to mark it off of my injury. I deserve a piece of that at least for my pain and suffering. Oh yeah, he can milk it. Definitely. And there's footage of this shit all over online, like the nigga getting washed. Like, yo, like, nigga, you think that nigga, I would really want some redemption, nigga. Yo, you showing me getting my ass whooped online in front of everybody? Hell no, I need parts. You got t-shirts? Nigga had t-shirts of one of them shits. Like, money can't encore you, nigga. You put that on a shirt.
That's what the girl said to the dude when they did the loyalty test and she got caught. She was like, money can't.
They had an update. They had an update video with them, and they brought them both on. They promised to give her $5,000. The host of the show.
He made them merch shirts and put that.
He made merch.
Yo,
that
was Jack.
And then
Jack TV.
Then he was mad. Nah, soulless cheater.
Oh,
He
but
had a
Jack TV, right? He do
probably, but he has said the dude he dapped everybody, but he ain't dapped the host. And he was like, "Yo, why you got animosity?" Nigga.
He was like, "You set me." Oh, that dude. He was like, "You set me up."
Yeah.
He was like,
You
"You
made
did
shirts.
this. You did
like,
this."
What are you talking about? Don't give me that, nigga. You made shirts. Talking about money.
But even because even before that, he was accusing him. He was like, "You mad at me?" And he was like, "You this was a setup."
So he made them shirts out of spite.
She ain't make that.
I'll only be cool with you if you give me some compensation off of them shirts. I'll only be cool with you if you give me bread off them shirts. I need at least 15%.
He already didn't like him though because he felt like it was a setup. But it wasn't.
Nah, his boy was grimy.
No, but he was mad at the host too.
But his boy was grimy.
Yeah. Because he told him to stop, and then he came back and poured the liquor down her throat. Like, and then she sat. Nobody made her do that. She sat on his lap.
She kissed him?
She was still sitting on his lap. She didn't even get up.
When they
didn't even get up.
She was
when
like,
they
I don't even
him.
drink
she
like
was
that.
Still sitting
she was like, I don't even drink like that. So those 2 shots did kind of have me feeling some type of way. But I was having a good time. And when I seen y'all come in there, I was just like, oh, so this what it is? So then I just played along with it. She didn't even get off
the dude's lap.
Yeah,
she stayed on his lap when her man came in and confronted her. He's like, please get up. She's like, no, what's going on?
She seen all the cameras and everything, and then she was like, yo, fuck that. I'm now about to really, really do this shit. Cause this how you gonna do me. But she climbed on a nigga like
she was sitting on his lap and she stayed there.
She could have got up, but she didn't want to get up.
Her pride was like...
He was trying to pull her up, and she was like, get off me, don't touch me. What is going on?
She felt like
and she said in the update, she said that she dated the dude.
After?
The friend.
Well, because that dude's dumb anyway, because they already...
Right? So you know he hit.
How they met already, the dude shouldn't even took her serious. She was flirting with both of them when they first met.
Set him up with a chick that had herpes, cuz. So he like, yo, he a snake anyway. I don't trust him anyway, like type shit.
But how they met was crazy anyway because she met both of the dudes. They were together, and the other dude that she did the loyalty test with, like the one that she was sitting on his lap, he was flirting with her first, but then she ended up being with the other guy. So why would you be with her when you know your dude was trying to talk to her or whatever like that?
Because she wanted to save Russell Wilson type dude and.
Yeah.
But
then you gonna say all that? If you felt that way, she was like, "Look at how you dress. Who dressed like that at your age?" Like
it's just crazy. It's just crazy how she treated that nigga. Yeah, like I don't.
His friend was.
I don't like when nobody.
Because he told him to stop and he didn't stop when he came back. Like he just kept going.
Man or woman, like I don't like to see it. If you really feel some type of way, you do it alone when people can't see it. When we see it, it makes you look disgusting. It makes you look crazy. Like you might think, like, yeah, I'm sunning this person, but it really make you look ugly when you do that.
The whole
like,
situation.
I don't care how cute you are, but the way that you act,
the victim,
it make you look crazy,
and the girl look crazy in that situation.
Like breakups is tough. Like if you really want to break up with somebody, like it's tough, but it's a way you do it. Like over the phone, it's not you, it's me type shit. You know what I mean? That's, whatever. That's, I guess that's acceptable. But that in front of everybody, just to like, for ego boost, trying to make them feel bad because you're embarrassed, like that's
wild.
That's grimy. Like, you know what I mean? They put you on the spot. Like, yo, like they asking them questions like, yo, is there any time that you would see yourself with him in the future? She like, no. And then he asking him, he like, yo, do you think do you still, after hearing all of this, how do you feel about her? Like, I still love her, like, I guess. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm watching it like, ew. Like,
he already said, he was like, I gotta go get her when it was over. He was like, y'all set me up.
But then in the update,
how did they do that?
He never got her back. He's still giving her money. Nah, but that's not true. He got bread, so he get good looking women like that. He just really wanted it to work with her, or he really liked her or some shit.
Ain't no way that a person.
He obviously hitting it. She talk about she don't know how you do. You put it on him.
was
You
together.
obviously put it on him. You got the dump truck.
You
know
got
what I mean?
bread
You got
like
nice
that,
little body.
man. You could
You know
just
what I mean?
move the fuck on, bro. Like that shit.
But he's
He
corny.
could, but he
want her.
He's stuck.
Even when on the show, he was like, I gotta go get her. Y'all set me up. He was like, I gotta go get her. I can't.
He could do a
he
little.
was like, you mad at me?
He could do a
the
little
host.
hook himself up. Like, dude ain't get a haircut since the last joint. His shit still looks scruffy McRuffin. You know what I mean? I can't speak, but shit. That nigga pull his extra chain out of a Goyard bag. Nigga, you got it. Nigga, a haircut, $25. Get yourself together, bro.
He did. When he can have a shirt, I ain't know that he did that.
Yeah.
But he probably felt some type of way because he was blaming him. It's like a lot of the people be getting mad. Different YouTubers be doing these loyalty tests that I be watching, different ones. And the people be getting mad at them or the decoy. And it's like, you told them to do this. Like, why are you getting mad at them? The only person you should be upset with is your partner.
That was his man's, though.
Yeah, but aside from that, but
man's,
even still, you told him to do it. But yeah, he told him to stop. So yeah. But like, if you don't know the person, because sometimes
he been wanted to smash.
Yeah, because they met her together.
I ain't gonna hold you.
They met her together, and she picked the other dude.
I mean, you could tell what type of joint she is, and I know she gonna feel some type of way about herself, but
not on camera she did.
You on camera, yeah, because you could tell she was hurt.
She said, "I'm gonna stand on it,"
but she getting good publicity from it.
She was hurt, but look at him, like she didn't give a fuck.
Because he was hurt. He got mother.
She's like, I'm gonna stand on it.
He got mother issues,
and he's still gonna want me.
He got mother
exactly
issues.
What it is.
His mother was verbally abusive to him or whatever, and he never really could find love, and she was like probably one of the chicks that showed him affection and shit like that.
He got attached.
So he got attached to her.
You don't get
or
attached
whatever.
to people. Like,
but you can't. I don't want to tell niggas you can't trust these chicks, but
I ain't say trust. I say you can't get attached.
No, but I'm just saying I don't want to tell niggas that they can't trust these chicks, but you can't trust these chicks, man.
I mean,
you just gotta be. You just gotta keep.
Obvious, bro.
You just gotta keep your head on. What's the word? What's the term? Keep your eyes open.
But Cam said treat her like a prostitute.
Keep your eyes open.
Do the girly good. Don't ever throw
it. If you got a girl that's been around the block, like she been with a few people, don't marry her right away, bro. Like, take your time.
He married that girl?
Nah.
That was his girl.
But I'm saying in general.
Yeah, better happen now.
Don't marry her right away.
And he still want her. He still
more of how she is and wait. Like at least if you don't take this advice, whatever, at least let it be like a whole year before you take it serious. Same thing if she got more than 2 kids, or even if she got 2 kids, bro. Take your time. Take your time for at least a year before you decide you want to marry her. You want to be serious with her. Oh, she's the one. All of that. Take your time, bro. Don't just jump into that situation and be with this woman because she look good. It's good in the sack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gotta be more than that.
It's gotta be more than that, man.
It be the girls with the pretty face and the pretty thighs, pretty eyes. But what about the inside? And that bitch is a liar. And like I said, the condom off, now it's on fire tonight.
Ow. That nigga freaky is silly as fuck.
Freaky. These girls, man, it'd be crazy. There was a question that came up. So this dude, first time he met a chick, right? They go on a date. She was doing her review of their date. They go on a date. Dude asked her, after he paid for everything, all that shit. She said, he said, do you serve your man? And I mean, I guess she probably answered the question, but she posted as like, you know, a Q&A on it, like how y'all feel about this, whatever. And she said how she felt about it. Obviously, she didn't like it. She decided she wasn't gonna talk to the dude. She was like, oh, really? Like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, you guys want a slave? Like, da-da-da-da. So
that's not a slave.
Asking that question, and I want men to really be mindful of it, like to understand that's not a bad question to ask it's not a bad question to ask. It's just how you frame it. So you want to be careful with how you frame it, because some people, I'm not going to say women, I'm not even going to say it, but some people will take things out of context because they only understand one meaning of it. So if they only understand how something means in one way, they're going to automatically be like, yo, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So be careful with how you use certain things. Asking a woman, like, does she serve her man or whatever, is not bad, but, like, you gotta be his woman. Like, you know what I mean? In order for you to be serving him, you can't be a date.
Hey, what qualifies a man to lead you?
He has to be able to lead himself, and I have to see what else he has going on. It's like, is there chaos in his life? Because if you can't lead yourself, then how am I going to trust your leadership? And I do think that during the dating process, there are some aspects of, like, you do have to do, if how will they know that you're capable of being submissive or whatever if you're not doing that when you're dating? So yeah, to a certain degree, like, you shouldn't be all in if you haven't committed yet. But
is it okay,
you
or
should see,
is it
because
not
how
okay
they,
to
if
ask
that's
that
what
question?
they want.
So further
I
than
don't
just
think nothing wrong with serving your, if you're dealing with someone.
So it's okay to ask that question while you're dating?
So further than just being knowing how to lead yourself, what else specifically? Because niggas gotta know, people gotta know. What else specifically qualifies a man?
You have to be responsible
to lead.
If you have children,
so you're
you have to take care of your kids. You can't be a deadbeat.
So you can lead your own life.
You have to be able to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. That's a good one. But that's part of leading yourself. Take care of yourself. You leading yourself in destruction, that's not good leadership.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to be able to do it for yourself. If your life is in disarray, you shouldn't be, or depending on why it's that way or whatever, or if you're working to correct it or whatever.
So is that it?
But I think when you meet someone, I don't think you should be.
What was it? What did you say? Leadership? You said
How do you know how to lead? And they have to be able to lead themselves. If they're not, if you don't see evidence that they're a good leader in their normal life, how they interact with people, how they deal with their business and whatever they got, if they're not able to handle that, or that's like, then how can they, if they can't control themselves and properly get to where they're going to be, how are they going to do that for you? That's where the selection process comes in.
Okay. And responsibility.
Yeah, you gotta be responsible. That's a part of leading. There are times when you have to be, if you're in charge, if you're that could be a good indication. It doesn't only have to be that, but if you're a manager, you've been in charge of people, and if you met the people that they've been in charge of, they always be good and they enjoy working for the person and they respect them, that tells you something about if they're going to be able to, if that's someone that you should be following their leadership.
Now, as his woman, do you feel like you're responsible for certain things?
Yes, there's roles in a relationship for the man and the woman.
What is your role to keep your man satisfied? Like, just give me 3.
Well, I feel like we talk about the same
we never specify exactly what it is. We talk about it, but we don't specify. That you should
be submissive, and you should.
Okay, so you bring
it depends what they want, because some people don't care about cooking, but some people want you to cook, and obviously you should be cleaning anyway, because what were you doing before you met this person? Were you living in a pigsty or whatever? So though it's just a regular thing. I don't know. Women submit when you bending over or whatever, but you don't want to. When he tell you to do something or whatever, now you don't want to do it, but you submit.
That's
it
why I
would
want
to
specify
enter you.
What.
So how you gonna be like, now no, I'm not gonna listen to him unless he's saying some crazy shit, and it usually don't be that. It be the simplest stuff, and they want to put up a fight and be like, but if he's presenting himself to you and doing everything that you would want, what you're looking for, but you're not playing your role, which is like, why are you being disagreeable or just arguing because you want to argue, because you just want to have the last word, or you're like, ain't nobody about to tell me what to do, nah.
So submission is one. 2 more.
I said that's basically it. Y'all don't be wanting that. All y'all care about is like if you do what you say, make you a sandwich and fuck you right however they want to be fucked.
Yeah,
like,
that's
men
solid.
don't even.
Nah, I feel that. That's honesty though. You see what I'm saying? If submission, because that's valuable.
Case by case, you have to ask them.
That's valuable
too. You have to have these conversations. Most men majority of them want the same thing, but sometimes might be a little different. Might be something a little extra. He might be a little more kinky or something and wants you to do something that other men haven't required or whatever. And you have to decide if you want to do that, or if it's he don't really care about food. He just wants you to do other shit, but you don't have to cook necessarily, or he knows how to cook, but there's something else. It could be a give or take, because some men cook, so they don't care if you cook or not, and they don't care about that. They just want, if I be like, come on, it's time to have sex, you tired or whatever, I don't ask you for nothing else, I'm paying all the bills, I'm doing this or that, I take you wherever you want to go, when you need something, whatever, I'm always here, I listen to you complain all the time, but you can't fuck me when I want it. Cause that'd be the main argument.
I gave you the shampoo.
Men. Yeah, I put it in the bathroom. All right. That'd be the main argument. I feel like a lot of men complain about not getting.
That's men's fault. I gotta. Sometimes we don't listen, and sometimes we don't think about how to make it easier for us to get what we want out of the relationship, and it's not always happy wife, happy life. People just got to be happy, but sometimes we lose sight of certain things, and that's why we don't get certain things. In a relationship, women make shit very difficult for men, not males. So in relationships, women make it difficult. We have to have patience, and we have to be able to tolerate certain things that we're going to have to put up with them. And we do, for the most part, and we try to remember certain things. But then if we're doing all of those things, then certain things we shouldn't even have to worry about. We shouldn't be like, oh, well, she went to the gym or she did this, so she's too tired to give it up. If the man is doing that and he says that, okay, look, we not doing this, you know what I mean? Like, later on, whatever. And if not, y'all need to get counseling. You need to work on that. Because if you're not getting what you want and you work hard and you deserve it, then you need to do what you need to do in your relationship to get what you want. Because women do it.
Women be
so that's why I said it's on men to really lift your voice if you're doing right in a relationship. If you're not beating her up and you're not cheating and not doing no wild shit, then you deserve to speak up and be transparent with what you want, what you need in your relationship. Then if you don't get it after you've tried and you went to the approach, okay, let's go get therapy because this is not right. Why? What's the compromise for this? Why, you know what I mean? Why are we not talking about that? And then have that conversation, you get that, then you move on. But a lot of dudes not doing that. They just tuck their tail between their legs and just, okay, yes, dear, no problem. One fucking
they
one.
say it in the moment, but then they don't talk about it again. Like, it'd be like, that
and
time,
then
they say,
still
and
happening.
then it happens again, and
And
they be
it's
like,
still
what
happening.
the fuck?
You ain't
Why
never say
is
nothing.
not?
So then you just cheat, right?
They
That's
do
what
say
most,
something, though.
most of
They
our
be
niggas,
like, what's
most of our
going
niggas
on?
say,
Like,
yo,
this the third time this month.
if you explain it to her and you talk about it, then you gotta cheat, nigga. That's what most niggas say to each other. Most niggas. You know what I mean? Barbershop niggas, whatever, you know what I mean? Most niggas say that shit.
That's why I said they was on Lapeef was on today, and the Di was saying that men you gotta Lapeef was like, and Di agreed that like if a man cheats you should talk to him, don't just automatically, because women just be ready to leave as soon as I'm like, niggas is gonna
talk for what? If you gonna stay, you gonna stay. There's nothing to talk about. The fuck we talk about?
It is something to talk about.
There's nothing
if
to
you
talk
have
about.
questions, if you want to know why he's saying, don't just walk away automatically without having a conversation. Like, it could be like, oh, I just
I don't
cheated.
believe that.
Sometimes when men cheat is because
believe that.
they're not fucking them, and that's why they did it. So then that's the conversation.
I
Or
don't
it
need to
could
have
be
that
you pissed them
conversation.
off because
If
you
it
getting
take
on
me another
niggas.
bitch to have that
will go-
conversation,
a
I
dude-
don't value you
a
as
dude
much as
will
I
go-
used to, and I never will.
A dude will go cheat. A dude will go cheat because y'all had an argument or something and y'all got into it, and now he need to go release and clear his head
It's
or
an
whatever,
access
or something
thing.
like that.
You know what type of man you dealing with when you get with him. You either dealing with a man that has the access and has, you know, the abundance of
Well,
trim,
the point
or you
of
dealing
what
with
they
the
were
dude
saying
that
is
doesn't have it. If
women
you're dealing
be
with the
too
dude
quick to
that
walk
has
away
it,
over
and
small
they had
stuff,
that
and you're gonna
conversation,
leave them and go be with
you already
somebody else
know.
that's probably gonna cheat
But
on
if,
you too.
but no,
So it
listen.
don't make no sense.
If you're dealing with the guy that you know has that, and he's having
All
that
of them
conversation
have
with
it,
you,
'cause
hold
we
on.
all gonna cheat.
If you're
Even
dealing with the
ugly
guy,
niggas be cheating.
if you're dealing with the guy that if you're dealing with the guy that has that,
So you might as well stay. If
yo,
that's all
hold on, man.
Oh shit!
If you're dealing with the guy that has that,
You
then
got
you
faith
have
in
to,
that?
right. If you're dealing with the guy that has
Yeah,
that,
ugly niggas
then
don't
you gotta
say that.
understand. You gotta understand that now you're gonna have to make a compromise when he has that conversation with you. Either you're gonna have that compromise when he has that conversation with you and give him more of what he's asking for, or you know he's gonna exercise his options. So you deal with that reality of it. The ugly guy, he has options too. You know what I mean? So the other guy,
and that's what she was saying.
if the ugly
Like,
guy is confident
you
enough,
need to
if the ugly guy is confident enough to have that conversation with you, then you need to take that into consideration as well, because he has that conversation with you, so he has the confidence to know, shit, I still, if you ain't giving it up, and I already told you, you know I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm talking to my guys and they telling me to go do this. You know what I mean? So it's either one or two ways to look at it. Either we have the understanding and transparency to have that talk, and then we make that change, or we try to accommodate that change, or we just don't do it at all. When I see you, if we can't do it when I see you, then you're trying to set up a time for me to do it at an earlier convenience, whenever that time is. But you're not gonna wait for me to use another option if you think that I have an option. Some women get comfortable, and some women like, I'm the only one that want this motherfucker. When you start having that type of feeling about the person that you with, you know, when the respect is going, the admiration dips, right? Shout out to Fab. You know what I mean? Like once that happens, and she start thinking, man, fuck that nigga. Now he got a woman that respects him, that doesn't need much, that doesn't need a house or a car or a child or a ring for engagement or marriage or anything like that. She just needs to be. And she's happy that he's there to put something on the shelf for her, or get something off the shelf for her, or fix a light fixture, or put some batteries in her damn smoke detector. You know what I mean? But she's worried about little shit. Every day he come home, he arguing with his girl, and she not giving him no trim. And he done told her, look, man, I know we, you know, whatever. She's like, well, go be with another bitch then, or go da-da-da. Or she's just like, look, I be tired, or making it, whatever the excuse is an excuse. Whether you nasty about it or you kind about it, it's still a reason why you're not trying to compromise. You know what I mean? So you're giving an excuse of why you can't compromise. You know what I mean? That doesn't work for me. Like, I need a result. I need something that works. Or you say it's okay for me to fuck the other girl that got the time.
That's wow. That's wiggity wow.
That's what Di was saying. Well, with her and what's her name was saying, like, if you don't just, that's something small if they cheated compared to what other things could be happening.
Right.
If he's doing everything else right, at least have don't just automatically be like, okay, or something else that's minuscule or whatever.
Right.
Like compared to, like, if he's doing everything else, he's providing.
But do you agree that
whatever
you
Let
already
me
have
finish,
to have?
because he was talking for a long time.
Yeah, you're right, kind of.
And they were saying that, and I said that too. Like, I feel like they're gonna cheat anyway. That's why I made a comment about even ugly niggas cheat. It doesn't matter if you have the opportunity, if you feel like doing it, most men are gonna do it. So, and I think for me, I don't want to talk to nobody that's ugly. So if they're attractive, then somebody else is attracted to it. So I just think that anyway. But if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't leave my man if he cheated. Like, I would be mad because I don't want him to cheat, but I feel like they're all gonna do it anyway. Like, so I just think, and then people was commenting, or they were getting mad. They were like, oh, they were like, oh, no, they were like, if he cheat, then he's getting dumped or it's over.
Okay.
And they was getting mad, and they did say, yeah.
I agree though. Yeah, if he cheat, he's either gonna get dumped or straight up like she already had this in her head, like, yo, if he cheats, I'll accept it. Like, I feel like that's how it has to be. It's not gonna be no shit like, oh, I'm gonna have to find out if my girl is solid. You know if your girl is solid. You know who to play with. You know who, like, sometimes you don't respect it, but that's going against your better judgment. And we as men shouldn't do that shit to go against our better judgment. Because that's us thinking with our dick, that's us doing dumb shit when we know, nah, we're supposed to be doing something else. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But I just think this shit is premeditated. Like, and once it's premeditated, it's worse because you know, or maybe you said, hey, if he cheat, then I'll stick around. And then he cheat, and then now you got a problem with it. Like, no, fuck all the talking. You already said you was gonna stick around. So we just gonna move past. We could talk about shit after it's all the emotions is out of it. Cause once the emotions is in it, it's not gonna be no, oh babe, but why did you? It's gonna be, but why did you? And all that is the difference. Nobody wants to hear nag, even if it's the truth. Nobody wants to hear it in that tone. So it's like, yo, a lot of this shit is really like before it happens. It's like she knew either she was gonna stay with this nigga if he cheated, or she wouldn't stay with the nigga if he was gonna cheat. So why not just calm down and just be like, okay, I said it, I was gonna cheat. We'll talk about this shit later when I'm at a clear mind. Instead of just like the bad shit. Even with these shows, it's like, bro, like you know what type of chick that you have. So it's hard for me to believe that you go on these shows to get humiliated, like how they get humiliated. And it's like it has to be, it's for free. And you just wanted to know she cheated on you. Like, nah, this shit, they gotta be paid actors, yo, because this shit is crazy. It's like, to me, that's like letting the world know that you let your girl run your situation. Like, you look crazy on TV. Like, you have to be compensated for that, because if not, then why are you displaying that? Like, this shit crazy, bro.
Insecurity. I mean, we all have insecurities anyway, but it's just like
they got them on display.
The insecurity, right? You got it on display because you got an insecurity in your relationship and you want to exploit it, and now you're getting compensated for exploiting your insecurity.
It got to be the compensation.
So it's more than just they want to know. They do want to know. It's the curiosity. They already have like subconscious feeling. Yeah, they might be doing this. They already know, and a lot of times that intuition is always proved right. Because in that situation, they put it with the dude with his boy. He picked his boy. He knew that she was attracted to his boy. He said that from the jump. He said that from the jump.
Yeah, because so they met her
you
together.
You knew that she liked your boy, and you wanted to test the waters to see what would happen.
And he knew she liked.
Like, why do that to yourself?
Yeah, because he was flirting with her when they first met.
I would say
she ended up being with.
If I really wanted her, I would keep her away from my peoples. If it's really like that, because you're already insecure. Why would you even talk to her if your boy was?
But
that's what I'm saying.
And make it serious. Because you just got smashed.
Because you doing the Sam Rothstein. He doing the Sam Rothstein. He wanted his joint. He wanted his joint and just to have a child. Like, you feel me?
Robert De Niro.
Right. So he just wanted a child. He just wanted to have a family with this joint. He just wanted the joint that he chose. He wanted the one that he selected. That's what it is. That's what happened with all these sultans and all that shit. They choose their wife. They know she don't really like that motherfucker ball spot, and now he got a pot belly like Santa Claus or whatever. He don't give a fuck. This is who I want, and that's who I'm gonna get. Bring her over here, and I'll give you guys 7 horses and 5 cows and a couple pigs, and you guys be good with it. You know what I mean? Let me take Shorty. And then he takes Shorty, and they have mad kids and beautiful children and all of that because they got her genes and not his, thank God. And now they all look you know what I mean, the way that he wanted it to be, you know what I mean, for his future, for his legacy. It's all about, for men, the selection is legacy and fertility. That's what we're looking after. So all of the other shit, the morals and principles, and if she's good, don't matter. I'm gonna have a kid with this girl and get her out of the picture. That's how a lot of them is looking at it. A lot of them is looking at it like, yo, I'm gonna have something with this motherfucker.
You think it's like that in America?
I think a lot of people mind is like that. It's not even an America thing. I think it's just anywhere. You know what I mean?
I understand
like
why you're saying that, but
just,
I'm just saying, do you think that the way this world is catered for women, or not the world, but America, at least, you know, on the government side, is catered for women, do you really think that men value themselves as the kings that we're referring to? Or probably less
men overall,
unless they have
if they did, I think more men would be more successful, rather, like, to the degree, like, moving forward, progressing like that. Exactly. A lot of men have issues within themselves that they have to resolve before they could be with somebody.
So it's hard to see yourself as a king if you got those insecurities.
But but for our culture specifically, like, to bring it down a little bit deeper, like, for our culture specifically, it's things that hinder us. You know what I mean? It's distractions. You know what I mean? You know, economical shit that we got to deal with. You know what I mean? And already our upbringing is broken, so we don't know what we need to teach our kids. So now our kids not gonna know what to teach their kids, so on and so forth. We gotta break the generational curse. Cycle. So our time is now, really, because we speaking on it. We know what we need to do, and it's really gonna just happen with you. Like, if I don't have any kids, so my first thing would be teaching my kid everything that I know. And I can't really go off of what I think society is doing or whatever. It's really just gonna have to be me just providing the best foundation for my child to be able to continue their life as long as they have it on this planet. You know what I mean? And if they have kids, hopefully they can give them the seeds that I gave them. You know what I mean? But my boy was talking to me about shit has been fucked up with education since they took the Bible out in like 18, whatever it was. We don't even know the year. So I'm like, I can't give you that. That's your truth.
My daughter just learned about Jesus at school. I was like, yo, what? They talking about Jesus at school? I was so happy, bro.
Well, Trump is the president.
Yo,
now,
they changed that.
That's definitely about to come back.
He's not even sworn in, my nigga.
It's definitely about to come back.
Yo, that shit was
and they probably doing it because
it's
not gonna be any pushback under Trump administration. It's not gonna be any pushback.
Trump is religious.
That's his main thing. That's his main thing.
I think he's supposed to be a Christian.
And
supposed to.
I mean, that's his main thing. That's his main.
Might be
his main political agenda is
or Catholic.
Is Christian. But check this out.
Christian Catholic, you know, they derive.
My boy is saying, yo, we need to put this back in the school system because it's been fucked up ever since it was taken out in the 18 something, whatever, right? I said, okay, I would argue, because you're so strong on religion, what other things was taken out of the curriculum? I would argue that the curriculum is what's fucked up. These kids aren't learning life skills. I don't think it's just religion. He was like, oh, well, I'm like, well, if you went to another country, what would you? I would say, well, if they didn't grow up in that country, obviously they need to know how that country thinks. So maybe, yeah, that should be involved. But I don't think it would necessarily have to be involved because they need to know how to be a productive part of society. That's the main thing to learn in school, is how to be a productive part in society so that you can continue to thrive as a citizen. It's not about fucking religion unless that's what you want. Religion should be at home. You teach your kids your religion. Don't worry about that shit in school. And it's okay to want to do it, but every country doesn't have that as their main point. Like, we got to learn about this. But you would want to learn how they think or what their beliefs are if you're not from there. We live here. We live in a Christian country, so Guess what? Your parents are going to teach you about that. You're going to learn about the Bible already. You're going to go to church or some shit, possibly.
Gotta say something.
If you're not doing it, then your parents are probably going to have pushback about you learning that in school. So does it matter? Does it not? I think there's more things to worry about than the fucking Bible being included in the school curriculum. I think there's a lot of other things that kids don't know, like how about financial literacy? That's what you fucking need in America. It's a capitalistic country.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But whatever. But I digress with that. Go ahead.
I think if people go hard about the Pledge of Allegiance, you especially being in the military, having to do that shit, like, if you didn't do that shit, it was, like, very questionable. Like, that's some shit that they don't play with, right? To say under God in that situation makes it have to be in that situation, because who is God? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, once you say, hey, my kid could say the Pledge of Allegiance, but you don't have to speak about who that God is, don't you think that God could be Satan? Don't you think that if it's just a God, don't you think it could be the wrong God, and you're sending your kid to say the Pledge of Allegiance in that school pretext, and you're basically pledging every day to Satan because you're not specifying who is God? And at least with Jesus Christ, at least with Christ, I'm biased because I believe Christ was the Son of God. You see what I'm saying? So I think that specification is needed in schools. Because if it's not, you could be pledging to Satan. You could be pledging to a deity that might great kids, or use the energy of dead kids to make face masks. I don't know. Wow, shit. I'm just saying, you never know unless you specify who. And if you take out who, then guess what? It's anybody. And you're sending your kids, and they're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. So it's inevitable. If you're going to make them say the Pledge of Allegiance, you have to tell them who God is.
If God is just one idea, like it's a creator, or it's the creator, or the supreme creator, or whatever, then I would argue that name's synonymous in every religion, but they just have a different perspective of what that creator looks like. But I wouldn't think it's like so demonizing to have the term God with no specification, because I think everybody's interpretation of what God is may be different. But we know that if you live in a certain place, then their interpretation is going to be synonymous with their nation or country or tribe or group or whatever. Unless you're talking about this Pledge of Allegiance is used in Satanism, or this Pledge of Allegiance is used in Islam, or this Pledge of Allegiance is used, I mean, it's still going to be them talking to their God for their group. So they could still use it. When you put the specification on it, then it changes it to mean that this is the only thing that's true. Nobody else's is true. And that's where I part ways from it, because it's like everybody has their belief, and then it's just their perspective of that belief. Like Allah is God. That translates to God, right? So I can't say that, oh, this is a different God than the Christian God, because God is God. Like, we're saying the same word. We're just saying it from a different perspective, but it's the same thing. Dog is dog. Cat is cat. Moon is moon. Sun is sun. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I'm just looking at it as what that term is, unless they said Satan God, or unless they said demon God, or unless they said king God, or. But I'm just saying. God is just one word. They didn't call Zeus God. They just called Zeus.
No, they call him the king of the gods.
They called Zeus though. He had a name. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Zeus had a name. God is just God. He has no name. He's just God. right?
I don't believe that.
But no, I'm saying for Christianity, he's just God, right? So it's like in other religions they have
Christianity,
but I'm saying in other
Jehovah, that's supposed to be God's
but in other religions they have God, but they have their God in their depiction, in their perspective of what their elders believed God would be. You know what I mean? This being that created everybody, this is what this being looks like to us. This being that created everybody, this is what this being looks like to you. This being that created everybody is what this being looks like to them, and so on and so forth. But it's still God to everybody. But everybody has a different depiction of that
That's
character.
dangerous, bro.
Well, that's just how it is. I mean,
there's a reason.
I think it's one of those
reason why
like,
when Obama was in office and they were thinking that he was Muslim, that people were saying, "Yo, he's Muslim." It's because you can't be a Muslim and run the country as an American president.
Because he doesn't believe in. Because
Muslims, it's not about what he believes. Because
Muslims don't believe in what Jesus Christ represents.
It don't matter what God
it does matter. It does matter.
In America,
if you
it
live,
has to be
exactly,
Jesus Christ.
It does matter because
so
you're
therefore,
in a country,
if you're saying under
it
God,
does matter in
you
country
have to incorporate
that,
Jesus Christ. That's
there
what
you
I'm
go,
saying,
right.
bro.
Just because
in America, it's in America. In America, if you're a president and you're saying, hey, you guys gotta say the Pledge of Allegiance, and that has to incorporate under God. In America, that God is specifically Jesus Christ. Whether we want to agree with it, whether the world wants to agree with it, that's just what it is. Unless if you take that out, then you're worshiping, like you said, whoever, and that's not good. I don't want my child worshiping whoever. I want my child worshiping the lineage of Christ because I believe that's our lineage, us as black people. You see, so it matters. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it matters what God that you say. If you take God out of the schools, then, like you said, it's subjected to whoever, and that's dangerous, bro. Like, I don't want my kid
that's
pledging allegiance to
that's
whoever.
a comfortable stance to have for people that are spiritual. But, like, to be honest, I think that a lot of times I think people are really like, they don't grasp what their purpose is as people, and they direct it towards certain things that don't really help them push that purpose. You don't have a purpose, you're just gonna push whatever works. So that's usually how it is. But what makes people get through life, what makes people wake up every morning? Faith. You know what I mean? Not everybody, but majority of people, faith. You know what I mean? That's the reason to get up, do this, do that, do whatever you need to do because of faith, right? You got to push yourself. The determination comes from, I just got to do this. You know what I mean? For whatever reason it is. Thinking that it's going to work out in your favor. That could be driven from some spiritual means. That could be driven from what you think is going to happen if you put forth this amount of effort or this amount of drive or whatever. Just you risking it on a lottery ticket, or betting on a fucking FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever the case may be. Your life is driven by your faith. You know what I mean? That's how you continue.
I agree.
And a lot of people could either have a spiritual faith
or logical faith.
Logical faith.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Scientifical faith.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just whatever keeps you comfortable. But I would just tell people, don't get caught up in shit that you can't change. There's a lot of shit that's going on. Like fucking so-called aliens circling around and shit. Like, that's kind of crazy, right?
The drones.
Heard about that.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
It's here, bro.
Trump talking about it.
Of course he is.
They said we had no proof that it is, but of course they're going to say that. They wouldn't tell us until afterwards, and it's too late.
Yeah. But so what do y'all believe? Because I have a wild conspiracy theorist. I'll call it a conspiracy theorist this time. What do y'all believe?
Do I believe what?
about the drones. What do you think it actually is, in your perspective?
It probably is alien.
Well, I think
all
we
of
passed.
them are aliens. You don't think any of them?
I think we passed lying about it
It
at this
doesn't
point.
even matter because what can we do?
But I'm saying
That's why it does matter, because
I think
all
it is.
that matters.
I think
is
it
our
is
opinions.
drones. I think it is drones. I think we're past lying about it at this point. We
Drones
know,
of what? Alien?
no drones, just regular drones. Like somebody got
Made them.
drones. Yeah,
Okay.
somebody here has drones.
Mm.
I got one coming in the mail. You know what I mean? Like
All of them?
Yeah, but they
like
said
even
they
the
usually
orbs,
be that size.
even the light
yeah,
orbs.
they could be. That's just a light that you see from a distance.
So you don't believe the light is
It's just it's a light. It's a light that
driving.
you. But see, here's the thing.
And
Here's
it's
the
all
thing.
getting together.
There's a
at
light
once.
that you see
Who
from a
just-
distance. From a distance.
But it was a bunch together at once. Everybody just has one.
Everybody just has what?
And they're all flying
Drones.
them at the same
Everybody
time.
just has drones?
Next to each other.
What are you asking?
It was a group of them.
like,
flying.
yeah,
It
you're
wasn't
asking-
just one.
You're asking if if everybody has them, or you're asking that other people may have drones and have control of them, or are you just saying that a lot of people in the neighborhood?
We're
probably
talking
have
about the
drones and we're doing it?
technology.
Like I'm just
Because
trying to understand
how
what you're
they
saying.
see
We're
it
talking about
wasn't
the
just
technology of
It was
the
a group of
drones,
them
though.
together.
Probably
at the
could.
same
It probably
time.
could. Mad people be running drones at the same time. Like that's not impossible to believe.
Have
Not
you-
even improbable.
What I'm saying is, have you ever seen a drone go on fire? You see the
Usually when I see
brightness
it, I
of
only
it
see
being
See it go
put
on fire?
Yes, on fire, like a turn. It's a fire. It looked like a fireball falling down.
Okay.
Stop midway, and then
Looked
spread
like an
apart in
asteroid or
formation. No way, bro. No way.
Get caught
bro.
on fire and then spread
It looked
apart.
like an
It looked like a
asteroid,
falling
and then
fucking
it
star,
turned
bro.
into
And it broke apart.
Those is angels, bro.
Those are angels.
Those is angels.
I'm just absorbing it. That's why I'm repeating.
Like,
so I'm
not to say that they don't have crazy technology for drones, because I seen one video with the Chinese government. They had some crazy technology for drones, bro. Like, they had their shit making billboards and fucking, like, drones, nigga, making
Right.
billboards in the fucking sky, my nigga.
Yeah, because
Right.
China and Japan are advanced with technology. Their whole civilization and everything, how the country is run, is totally more advanced, 10 times advanced than the U.S.
What I'm saying is this technology likely came out recently as it did, not from American or Chinese or human minds. I don't think these technologies came from humans, and they're trying to cover it up because they've probably been in cahoots with these so-called aliens or angels or whatever you want to call them, demons, whatever you want to call them. But for some reason, this happens to be in the same year that all of this shit starts coming out, all of this truth starts coming out, right? I just don't believe it's a coincidence that these drones just started coming out like on some alien shit or some fallen angel shit.
It's an interesting theory. I'm not
This shit
gonna
crazy.
argue your theory. I'm just saying, just to keep this in mind.
And it's a conspiracy theory, y'all.
Right. Just to keep this in mind. But with everything that you're saying, because I don't really know. I didn't see the video, but from what you described, if I were to see something in the air that exploded, because of my understanding of this tech, right, is that they might use certain batteries, right, that could explode. You know what I mean? From being overcharged, overpowered, you know what I mean, whatever. And that explosion in the air from certain distances could look kind of crazy. And then especially if it explodes like this and all the parts, you know, go apart while it's in midair, you know, the propeller's probably still spinning when it's coming down and, you know, shit like that.
It wasn't broke.
Yeah,
It wasn't broke, it came back together.
It looked
in
like
fire.
this is how it started. It was like an asteroid. That's what it looked like, an asteroid. And then you just seen the drone. It wasn't like it blew up and it broke apart. It was after that.
You saw an asteroid. And
That's
then
what
a
it
drone.
looked like.
It looked like an asteroid. All right. I'm not denying any of that shit. I'm just saying.
Or like a flaming ball.
Don't,
but nothing was broken. It was flying perfectly. It didn't catch on fire. That's not what it was because it was.
When certain shit is you know, because there's all of these parts that spin.
Up,
But that's what I'm
it wouldn't
saying.
work anymore,
But that's
right?
what I'm saying. when certain things are happening from a certain distance, it can look a certain type of way, unless you could see that shit right, like we looking at this bottle. Unless you can see it like maybe a few feet away, that distance is so far away. You could zoom in, but it's still not gonna be as accurate as being that close, because that distance, miles or however far it is in the sky, you're not gonna be able to see it really clearly to see how everything comes apart. And drones are small. So if it was a drone,
that's what they're saying too. This is a big one. That's why they don't think
they have big drones too. They have big drones. They have small drones. The commercial ones, the ones that the military use, are bigger than this table. Like they're actual little helicopters. Like they're it's pretty big. Their technology is pretty advanced. So it's like they would have some shit. And then, like I said, in that distance, propellers spinning around, something gets caught on fire, it may spread out and it may still be spinning around because it's already going a certain speed for it to still be caught in the wind when it destroys or whatever. Now, like you told me, like it came apart and came back together like a transformer type shit. That shit would have been lit, and that should have. Then I'd be like, yeah, that's probably some. That's a Decepticon, nigga. That ain't no. That ain't no fucking drone. But yeah, shit destroying in the air, man. And then a lot of people like when they
destroyed though. You keep on saying destroyed. It was a full
fire. I'm just going off of you seeing a fire. A fire to me with something that's in the air is probably it's destruction. If it's a light, then that's different.
And it doesn't stop midair, right? It shouldn't stop.
Right. It wouldn't stop, but if the propellers is going and something blows up or something explodes or something gets caught on fire or whatever, it's still gonna be doing whatever it's doing until the battery source is compromised. Once the battery source is compromised and it no longer works, then they'll fucking completely go off and then drop off and shit. But there's a time period of all of these things happening. And that's what I'm saying. Like if something like that happened, if I seen it, yeah, that's far as fuck. Now that looks like fire right there. Or a light. That don't even look like fire. It look like a light. Yeah, it's just a flashing light. That looked like fire. Yeah. That looked like fire right there. And it's moving crazy. Like, that's different. Because it still looked like it was moving. Mm-hmm. And why they go to the side? Go back over there. Is it still in the sky? So, if it's on fire and it's still in the sky, that's crazy.
Hovering, nigga.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit not moving, bro.
And that's gonna be a thing. Like, if it was a drone that's on fire, is the dude like trying to move it fast to get it out of fire and shit? But it's moving at a crazy rate.
It's fine. It's like not. This is not stressed. This shit is just on fire, bro. This shit is different, my nigga. Like, nigga, that's how they describe angels, nigga. Burning. They're like burning bright, nigga. Like, this shit. Wow. Look at this shit just drop. What the fuck?
And we didn't see an explosion.
And it was sent from that, nigga.
They extinguished that shit.
That shit, no, nigga, it sent a drone out. It sent a little drone out, my nigga.
Baby drone.
Nigga,
it was two
from a bright light is crazy.
It was two in the air, and then it went behind, and then one went behind. And
I feel like one was ours checking out the fucking the shit that was on fire, bro.
What do you think? Maybe it extinguished it?
I don't know what they try to do.
What do you think happened? Because you can't really make anything out. Like,
I think they was just observing what they was trying to do. Look at this shit, nigga. Look at this shit, nigga.
This what's that?
Orb, nigga, in the sky that people was reporting, nigga.
That looked like a fucking some writing.
Like a Death Star, nigga.
Nah, look, did you see the writing?
It did. It looked like the Hindu.
Like somebody on a horse. And
remember the spinning things that they said that they had in the Hindu their history and shit.
No, I'm saying it looked like rewind it. It looked like print, like a hieroglyphic. Like, look at it, hold on. Like a dime, you know, like how a dime.
Look at that. It's see-through.
Don't that look like
what
a shape?
What the fuck?
Or something like engraved or some shit?
Bro, that shit is see-through. Hold on, let me go back. Because I feel like, look at this shit. Look at all those shapes and it looks like a chip,
it looks
my
like
nigga.
Engravement. Or like a, yeah, it looks like an image engraved, like a picture or some shit.
I didn't even see these ones before. Hold on, let me go back.
That's the great.
It looks like a picture. It's like that movie when they said it's a projector. Everything what we see is like a projection. They made it was a movie on Netflix. They were just changing the sky to whatever they wanted it to be, and then everybody was running, and I didn't watch it.
Aliens, folks, do they exist?
So you still feel the same way? Would you say after watching the video?
What about aliens? Do aliens exist?
No, what you said about
Hey,
what
look
it
at this
could be and all that. You still
Look at this one.
think the same thing?
This is 3. This is what? 5 of them. Just hovering.
And this is what's going on in Phoenix. All this stuff is in Arizona.
All this shit is around the world. Phoenix,
different places.
Jersey, New York,
California.
all over the place.
What they gonna do though?
We don't know. We don't fucking know.
There's
I think the government know.
something flying by.
They know. Yeah, our shit is probably flying by, observing them like, what are y'all doing? That's a regular plane, I think. Helicopter looking at it's like, what?
But they not doing shit.
They can't. What can they do? What if they get too close? My nigga, that's what they're trying to push.
When I get my drone, I want to see if it got a light on it.
That's what they trying to push.
If it got a light that blink, I'm gonna be having in the sky.
If you have a light, it's probably gonna
that.
blink. It's probably gonna blink. I just got a drone, regular drone, little $30 drone, but that shit blink. It lights up like a little LED.
How high it go?
I don't know. I'm scared to go outside with it because I feel like I'm gonna lose it. Like I'm not good at controlling that shit yet.
Yeah, that shit difficult.
I'm trying to get it in my room. If I can get it in my room, then I'm like, I'm gonna take it outside. But I don't want to fuck that shit up because I definitely crashed out a couple times. Oh shit! Yeah,
that shit like fucking Grand Theft.
That shit
man.
fun as fuck.
That helicopter. That helicopter.
Shit is fun as fuck. Bree scared of that shit.
What if you could ride it?
That shit. I think we can. I think we have.
Did I show y'all the shit that they got? I think it's in China. They got a fucking
jetpack.
No, they got a fucking van that got like a little mini helicopter in the back of the shit. You open it up and then you can fly the helicopter. It's like a little single person helicopter, like, but you could take it out, and then when you take it out, you can fly that shit.
You gotta know how.
You gotta know how, yeah. Shit.
Remember Theo on the on the Cosby Show? Him and Cockroach wanted to take flying lessons. That shit was mad expensive.
Cockroach, AKA Cole. Cole's a funny dude. Cole wanted Pam.
He wanted Pam, right?
Pam was a modern woman.
Tommy got Pam though, right? They was dating.
Yeah, Tommy got it, yo. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Tommy, bro.
Oh yeah.
His real name was Tom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's crazy, man. All this crazy stuff that's going on.
It is.
Jay-Z.
Chicka though.
Diddy.
I got this young chick. She don't know how to act.
Yo! It was perfect! Yo! And yo, that verse never gonna be the same. Oh man!
I used to
always talking out
throw
of
on
her
some
neck, making
dollars
her fingers
to set up a holler.
Oh wow!
Damn, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Chicken man, why you don't buy me Reeboks no more?
They always be telling on themselves. Like just like Diddy's song. This was my song with him and R. Kelly. Satisfying.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
the R. Kelly shit was
all
weird.
night we would play fight undercovers. You was more than my girl. We was like brothers.
Oh no.
Why?
And you ain't think nothing of we here.
Why?
But,
Why was
but
she
now,
like? Why was she
yeah.
like your brother though?
Because then we was talking about Usher.
You and your
he
brother
was
never.
like,
You and
he
your
was like,
brother
we
never
would wake
did
up
nothing
and
like
wrestle
that.
over
What's
the.
good with you?
You would wake up and wrestle over the
What's
cornflakes.
really good with you?
Yo,
Him and Usher.
who said they called it peanut butter packers?
Our aunt.
Oh yeah, our aunt. That's what you call them, the peanut butter backers.
You packing peanut butter.
Crazy.
That's all I wanted to say. I'm done. That's
Listen,
crazy.
I have no qualms with the LGBTQIA
No, but that's funny.
community.
Funny is funny.
Just be real about it. And don't take it from nobody that don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't do it for it.
Let's talk about these movies.
And no little kids either.
Yeah.
Superman. How did everybody feel about
I ain't
Superman?
see- yo,
He overpowered.
I ain't see shit,
He's
I didn't see it.
what do y'all think about Superman?
It
I'm gonna
came
tell
out
you.
already?
Nah, it's a preview. It's coming out next year.
Oh,
Well, how do y'all feel about Superman? Do y'all feel like Superman is overpowered? Y'all feel like he corny? Y'all like him? What do y'all think about him?
I think, me personally, I think it's good that they changed it. They put the dog in there. Shout out to Crypto. And there's gonna
So
be-
you a Superman fan?
No, I have faith in.
But how
The
do you
direction.
feel about Superman, the superhero? I'll tell you about the movie in a minute.
I feel like he like Goku to me. He's like the American Goku.
So you like him?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
What about
like-
you?
I
You
don't
I
like
like
Superman.
Batman.
I like
So
Batman
you don't
too,
like Superman?
but I like
Not
Superman
like that.
But I'm asking, do you like him?
I never even watched no Superman
I respect
movies.
him.
I
I
watched
respect
the
him.
show,
I respect
Smallville, but I only watched
I'm
Batman.
not really
I
a
like
Superman
Batman.
fan.
I like
To
Dark
be
Knight.
honest, I'm not a big DC fan except for probably Batman. Batman's crazy.
Yeah, Batman.
But Superman, I've never been a fan of him because Superman really he has this rock that nobody has access to, a planet that's died. That's his only weakness. This motherfucker is super strong, and now like they make him. See, the thing is like they give him no limits, and that's what they doing that to trump all of the other superhero characters because they really don't have a superhero that's really sufficient in that comic book that's really like that captivating. So they have to build and build and build on this character. But I can say that Christopher Reeve, Superman, like people loved him. He was, he made you think about the normal guy and fighting for justice, and good is always prevailing and all of that shit. It was cool, the colors, the storyline, you know what I mean? It was awesome. But I still never really bought into the propaganda of Superman. I always thought Spider-Man was a better hero.
I agree. But can I say something?
He was just a normal guy. Go ahead.
So about Superman, the reason why
And he's not a human.
Yeah, right.
That part.
The reason why I like Superman, and I give him a lot of respect, is because I really think that his story is loosely based off of black people. And let me say why. Basically, the fact that he's activated by the sun, right? Even though his skin complexion is the complexion it is, it's like I think it was like a metaphor, like how certain arts of fiction may be fact, and you see what I'm saying? Even that they might say that about the Bible. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's the same type of concept. Like they hid our story and his story, like being activated by the sun and having powers, being able to fly, being able to have projections from your eyes, and that can, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit, super strength, all of that shit is from what we know about us, like as people, because you don't hear about white people that could stay out in the sun too much, especially that color that could just stay out into the sun and nothing happen, no sunscreen, nothing, and they'll be all right. You know what I mean? It might be a detriment to their life. So it can't be them if they're charged by the sun. It's like, it's the metaphor, like, you feel me? Like,
but then again, remember, like I said, my last little thing, he's not human.
yeah, exactly. And plus the creators of Superman are Jewish. So if I'm not even gonna speak too much on that, but I'm gonna let y'all put two and two together. And I feel like that story specifically, that's why I give Superman a lot of the credit, because I don't think it's just to Superman and the movies and all of that. Like, I probably agree with you. I didn't really get into the movies and shit like that. But the comics and just seeing how his source of powers and him being an outcast, even though he looks like this and has to fit into that world, that just seemed like the black experience to me.
There's a black Superman too, but that's why I didn't want to go into all that the deepness of it. But I'm just gonna say this. This is why I don't like Superman. It's not anything about race or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because Peter Parker's white. I don't really like Superman because he's too much. And I know there's always the comparison between him and Goku.
Nah, he way stronger.
Because, well, see, I don't want to go down that road because, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a rabbit hole. Because I like Goku. I'm a Goku fan. But what I do understand is that
maybe not Ultra Instinct Goku, but definitely
nah.
Goku.
But I'm just saying, like, we could argue that. But the thing is that Goku continues to keep on getting stronger. Mm-hmm. Superman continues to keep on getting stronger. Mm-hmm. So it's like one of those would be a good match to see. Like they had a match with you know, it's just a fantasy match, mm-hmm. right? Every so many years, and the comic book people know about this, every so many years there's a DC versus Marvel. Mm-hmm. It's like the fans vote when they had the comic book out when Stan Lee was alive. Yep. The fans vote on who's gonna be on this side Marvel and who's gonna be on that side.
I'm pretty sure.
Nah. The fans decide who's gonna win.
So who be winning the majority, do you think?
It's a vote. So people call in and cast their vote. So it's how people, because it's still a lot like old people that like DC Comics.
That's what I
like DC Comics is really like for the old people because DC Comics was first, mm-hmm. Detective Comics. But
Dick Tracy was DC?
I don't know. But he could have been. But those comics were made for like more like the suspense, the thriller, the type of shit like that. You know, Ninja Turtles came from there. But like a lot of the characters that they have in those particular
that's why they met Batman in them.
Those particular comics were only for, it was more like an adult audience. It was, kids liked it, but it was like the watered down like detective type of shit. Whereas Marvel was really like mystifying. It was like everybody had like this super ability. They were able to defy the odds and still have the humanity aspect to them. So it wasn't, there are characters that are, you know, outside of this universe. There's several, but it started with characters that was human and relating to, you know, human norms and human problems, relationships and stuff like that. So they personified each character to a degree, more so than just making them this like MacGuffin, as they say. You know what I mean? Not like a super powered person that can't be really stopped or unstoppable force type of shit. That's why I really don't like Superman. Like everybody has their limitations. They just have to get past it. Like Hulk can't control his shit. Like that's his limitation. You know what I mean? But he can get super power. He can't, you know what I mean? But he's got two brains, like, well, not two brains, but two consciousness inside of him. One that's telling him to do certain things and one that's telling him to do something else.
Yeah, man.
So that's kind of what they deal with. In Marvel, they have more limitations. Superman doesn't have many limitations. He's just like a superpower guy. And now they got Superman Prime 1 million.
1 million.
Which just came off, and that's his Superman that's lived in the inside the sun for over 800,000 years and surfed the universe.
Pacific Blue? Oh, sorry.
The universe. And like, you know, kind of, you know, got different experiences from traveling the universe, and all the people that he knew died and everything. So it's a different, I mean, he lived 800,000 years.
Oh yeah, true.
So
he didn't meet any other
immortals? He kind of lived like a Voltramite life.
He didn't live.
You know what a Voltramite is?
That's there
you go. He kind of lived that life. Yeah. If you're familiar with that.
Yeah, they can live for mad long. But what was I gonna say?
Because they go to different worlds to take over. They travel the universe and hold their breath while they're flying through space. The difference is, Superman doesn't have to hold his breath. That's another thing, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
That nigga can go.
That's what I'm saying. he's a god. He's a god among men. But they limit him like he's not, but he is. Like I would argue, because a lot of people say that Thor could possibly beat him. I don't think Thor would stand a chance against Superman.
And that's why I believe, I really
Superman
believe,
held the earth up for Samson.
Bro, check this out. And that's why I believe, I really believe.
I mean, not Samson. Atlas.
Superman is really a metaphor for black people, bro. I really believe that shit, bro.
You think he's a metaphor for black people?
Yeah, just him being charged by the sun is evidence enough. Like, it's evidence enough. They couldn't get away with, taking the story and having him be black, of course. So you're gonna paint him how you want to paint him.
But I said there's a black Superman.
That came after because of inclusion. What I'm saying is the originality of the thought process of what's the name was like, we need somebody as strong, that this, getting all of these qualities off of a being that is charged by the sun is sourced of people that is melanated, bro. Well, more melanated than the people that aren't. Because if you could die from being in the sun for too long, you can't be who Superman is. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. And it's just everything. Like, just having certain powers in general. I believe that the people here, like back in the olden days, bro, like pre-flood, they probably was giants. They probably had powers, my nigga. I'm talking about the beings that were here that populated the earth that weren't Adam and Eve. Or weren't attached to that lineage. Because I believe Adam and Eve was told as shit too.
Okay.
But this shit crazy, bro. This shit wild.
You think they were Anunnaki?
Children, yeah, they had to be. If the Anunnaki were the same beings that's the Elohim, yes. Because Elohim means gods. If I'm not correct. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, this shit get deep, man.
Oh, and I saw Craven.
It's crazy.
Craven is a Spider-Man villain.
Oh.
He is, to give people a little insight, because I'm a comic book motherfucking geek. Craven is not only one of the villains who hunts down Spider-Man. He is also the brother of another Spider-Man villain by the name of the Chameleon. He's a half-brother of the Chameleon.
Okay.
The Chameleon is a character that can change himself. He's a villain that can change himself into any other character.
He's a mutant though, right?
No, he's not a mutant. Morph is a mutant that can change into any other mutant.
Okay.
The villain is Chameleon, who's a Spider-Man villain who can change his face into any person.
Not just his face. Okay.
He can change his face, and he actually has abilities, like he can fight, you know what I mean, and shit like that. So he's like a spy type of shit, so he knows like karate and shit.
So he's a reptilian?
No.
Why isn't he a reptilian?
Because he's not. He's just a character that can change
Is
himself.
he humanoid?
His name is Chameleon. He's the brother of Craven the Hunter.
So he's humanoid looking.
He's a human. He's a human being. He just had an experiment to make himself.
I thought it was a nigga walking around that looked like a chameleon.
Nah, he's not like the lizard man. That's just his name, because chameleon. You know what a chameleon is, right?
Yeah, but in Mortal Kombat,
right, that's his name. Like, you know, like Condiment Man. He's like,
that's hilarious.
Spit out fucking mustard and ketchup and shit out his guns that's connected to a backpack full of condiments.
Yeah, in Mortal Kombat, Reptile looks just like a fucking reptile.
Yeah, but he is a reptile. Like, his name is like, his name is what he is, though.
Yeah.
But that's different, because that's Mortal Kombat. In this, like, you know, characters, most of the time, the villains have a name. Like Catwoman isn't really a cat.
Yeah. She got cat powers.
Cheetara has mixed species with cheetah though.
So is she
one of the Amazonian women.
Oh, that's DC though, right?
That's DC.
Cheetara.
But yeah, the chameleon.
Okay.
He's not a very top class villain.
What's his power?
I just told you.
My bad. I'm high as shit.
I know.
I'm really fucking.
Nah, but that whole discussion was high, but.
With a kitty cat.
Cause whenever we talk about comic books, like I know motherfuckers, like when we talk about comic books, they be like, what the hell are you talking about? But the comic book shit, I'm telling you, that shit's gonna be deep. And Craven, for the people that do like comic books, is actually a good movie. Check it out. And if you don't know, like check out some of the Spider-Man's cartoons or whatever. If you don't like comic books, there's a Spider-Man cartoon that shows Craven the Hunter, and it has it has Blade in there as well. So Blade is one of the supporting characters in that Spider-Man episode, and it shows Craven the Hunter hunting Morpheus. Blade is a cameo special appearance character, as well as the Punisher, who's also a special appearance character.
What show we talking
Craven
about?
the Hunter, Spider-Man. Craven the Hunter.
This is what you just watched recently, right?
That's not what I just watched recently, but I'm telling people that these are, if you want to see this character in, cartoons, these are like what you could look up. And I think it was like the Night of the Vampire or some shit like that. Okay. But it was an episode about Morpheus. Because Morpheus was actually a doctor, and that's another one. You got the Morpheus movie. I forgot about that.
Morpheus got a movie coming out?
It been had a movie. Don't think Morpheus from Matrix. I'm talking about Morpheus from Spider-Man. Morpheus is a vampire. Yeah, he's a vampire. So, and he's one of the villains.
Who's playing that?
It already happened. Look it up. It's called Morpheus. It's a movie that came out. It's another Marvel movie. It's a Marvel villain. But he's an anti-hero, I guess you would say. Because in the movie, they made him an anti-hero. But he's really not. He really wasn't supposed to be a villain. But he became a villain because of the mutation.
Movie.
Because of the mutation.
Oh, Morbius,
yeah. Because of the mutation of the, yeah.
Like Morpheus. He got a movie, nigga.
Because of the mutation of the vampire shit that he put into him, it's like some special vampire and shit, like a mutated vampire. So he can also still live in the daylight as well. So pretty cool. So him and
Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's a good dude. Him and Blade had a run-in, you know what I mean, and but yeah, it was a pretty good movie. But
Jared Leto look like white Jesus.
But that's
like
another.
How white people think Jesus look like.
What's that nigga name? Get him to the Greek. What's his name? Russell
Brand.
Russell Brand, nigga. Russell Brand brother.
This Russell Brand brother?
No, it looked like.
Oh, I'm like nigga.
But nah, I'm saying.
I see the resemblance.
Right.
That's funny.
With the Jesus look and all that. But yeah, like, That's why Spider-Man. That's why Spider-Man is so dope, because like Spider-Man's character gives birth to a lot of other characters. You know what I mean? That's what makes it cool. It's the same thing that kind of happens in DC, because DC, they kind of picked up that from Marvel, where they introduce other characters instead of having a whole new comic book. They introduce the character in their comic book, and then they create issues based on those characters after.
So Morbius 2, is it coming out?
I don't know. I haven't heard about that. They should make another one. I mean, to bring it, but I think they should bring it together when they create another Blade, because they need to do a Blade, man. They need to stop playing around. Do a Blade, man. Just get it over with. At this point, I just want to see a Blade, man. Okay. I just want to see a Blade. I would love for it to be Wesley Snipes. That's who I would want it to be. But if we can't get him...
Do you feel like the Deadpool movie kind of slighted it a little bit?
Ryan Reynolds is like, all right, let's talk about him. Ryan Reynolds is like one of those dudes like
he got his own cell phone company. Guys.
Nah, check this shit out. You know how you got people, you got people that work at the job and they go against the grain.
Yeah.
They do whatever they want. They don't give a fuck about the boss.
Yeah.
Giving them their ass.
Trump. Yeah.
That's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ryan Reynolds for Marvel, like because he made Marvel so much fucking money, they look at him as like the golden boy. They've said it in several meetings. They've said Ryan Reynolds is like the golden boy for Marvel. So because and he got the R-rated movie shit, you know what I mean? So he started that shit of them going R-rated, making Daredevil, making Punisher R-rated and all that shit because they was going to Disney. He was like, fuck Disney. But then when they was like, oh yeah, we can make R-rated shit now. So now he like, all right, good. So now Deadpool is gonna be on Disney Plus, and that's what's dope about it. Deadpool, his character is very gruesome in the comic book. Punisher's character is very gruesome in the comic book. Daredevil is even gruesome in the comic book, but Daredevil is not necessarily an anti-hero because he beats the shit out of people, but he's more like a crusader, kind of like Batman. He brings them to justice. But then you got characters like Venom, who they're making into an anti-hero because Venom eats people. So it's like, I think Ryan Reynolds, his character's on something because Deadpool also was an X-Men at one point. And then, with the comic book. But what they're doing now, a lot of people don't know, well, some people do know, is they're making comic books based on the MCU. Mm-hmm. And now they're making comic books based off the DCU. So whatever they put on the screen that catches on with the public, like does good in the box office, they spin that and make a comic book based off of that. So it's interesting. And now they got a new story with the fucking with the girls that fight for Black Panther and shit. They got some shit with them now. So that's gonna be good. But yeah, man, like all of these shits, like comic books, like I like it. The new Superman, like it's got a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of characters from the DC world, like the Terrifics. The Terrifics is like the Fantastic Four of DC Comics. Mm-hmm. So when you think of the Fantastic Four, you got the Thing, the Rock, the super strong guy. You got Johnny Storm, who could turn into fire and shit like that. You got Ms. Invisible, who can turn invisible. Susan Storm. You got Mr. Invisible, Mr. Fantastic, who can stretch. Reed Richards, you know what I mean? So the Terrifics, you got Mr. Terrific, who's the leader of the Terrific crew. He's the intelligence. You got Plastic Man, who can stretch his body into all different types of shit. Plastic Man is probably one of the strongest characters in the DC universe. He can delete almost any character in the DC universe because of his power. And he's practically indestructible. It's really hard to beat Plastic Man. And then you got Metamorpho, I think his name. I guess he absorbs kind of like a character in Marvel, but he's a villain. Absorbing Man. So it's kind of like him, but he's in DC and he's a part of a group that's supposed to be heroes and shit. And then they got a Green Lantern in this. So it should be interesting. He's fighting like a kaiju. A kaiju is like a big giant monster. A kaiju is like Godzilla. Godzilla is a kaiju. So Superman is fighting a kaiju in the previews and fighting somebody that seems to have the same powers that he has and was whooping his ass.
Oh, sure.
So this might be the beginning of what they're speculating is a Bizarro version. But it's gonna be start off as a clone because that's usually how they created Bizarro. He was a clone and then he started to mutate. And then he started to be like slow. You know what I mean? So if Bizarro is introduced into this storyline, that's gonna be fire because I've been waiting the only person that I want to see Superman fight, and this is where I like, only thing that I like about Superman is the fights. You know he's gonna win, but I want to see who he fights. I want to see who can break him down.
What's the name?
Lobo. Lobo, the guy that's on the motorcycle that he's like the Ghost Rider of the universe or whatever. Kind of like
What is Ghost
the
Rider?
Cosmic Rider. And I'll tell you about that. Kind of like the Cosmic Rider. So Lobo was like kind of a beast for Superman, but Superman overpowered him as he always do. And then Bizarro was his other. Now you can talk about Darkseid, but then they showed Bizarro turning into Darkseid in the show, the Lois and Clark show.
He turned into Darkseid?
Yeah. Not the Dean Cain, Lois and Clark show, the other one that's called Superman and Lois and Clark, or Clark and Lois, or whatever.
Animated or?
It's a real show. It's a show that was coming on TV. It's a series.
Is Ghost Rider Marvel?
Ghost Rider is a Marvel character.
I like Ghost Rider. They need to make another movie.
You like them?
Yeah, I like the game too.
Penance.
Remember you had the game? The movie was good though.
It was good. I think the reason it didn't do so well is because they didn't really highlight Ghost Rider's abilities. Like, Ghost Rider is a very powerful character in the Marvel universe. He's probably one of the most powerful characters in the universe. But there's one, and I showed you him, there's one character in the Marvel universe that's probably like one of the most powerful characters in the universe. And that's the Cosmic Rider. That's actually the Punisher, Frank Castle. And he becomes a Ghost Rider, but he also becomes a hero for Galactus. So he goes to different planets and, you know, prepares the planet for Galactus to absorb it and eat it, because that's what he does. He eats planets. But Ghost Rider is a dope character, but the Cosmic Rider is a character that people need to be interested in. That character's story is crazy. Remember I showed you he was going back in time. He got baby Thanos and shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that nigga's a beast. Like, that's a different type of dude. But Ghost Rider is dope. But Superman, I don't even know. Like, could the Cosmic Rider beat Superman? I don't know. Superman is so overpowered. Like, it's just like, you don't really know anybody that could beat Superman other than Superman himself. Maybe the Hulk was a good challenge for him, but the thing is, Hulk can't fly. And Hulk don't got super speed. And Hulk not smart. Like, Superman is arguably like one of the smartest people in the DC universe, bro.
Right.
Probably. He might be one of the smartest motherfuckers in that shit.
Okay.
But then you got that dude, the alien, the Martian dude.
Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter. That motherfucker, he gotta be probably up there being one of the smartest people. And then you got the other dude, Mr. Manhattan. He's another dude. I mean, I could go on and on with this shit, cause I love this comic book shit. But yeah, the new Superman is definitely gonna be lit. That shit coming out next year. That's gonna be a good movie. Kraven the Hunter. That's fire. I heard they making a new Flash. Cause they rebuilding the whole DC universe all over. So they got all these characters in the DC universe that's gonna be popping up. So it's gonna be exciting. Shit. What else? Oh yeah, so did we talk about Easy saying he been wanted to fight Pat? Did we talk about that? Well, Easy said he been wanted to fight Pat. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how I feel about that. I heard that Pap got hands. He already knocked him out one time. Pap don't got nothing to prove. If you do want to fight him, you know, it'd be kind of silly. But then if you know, I mean, nobody really seen it, so it's like it's still like a thing. Like people talking about it. You know, people got the AI little cinematic shit. That shit was kind of dope. But
yeah, I want to see the video of him.
I want to see the actual shit. Yeah, I want to see the actual shit. Sell that shit like Ray J and Kim K tape. You know what I mean? Put that shit out there. Cause look, Easy like it's crazy because Easy doing too much. Like I don't think if I was a dude, if I smashed somebody wife, I would be broadcasting it like that. Like I think that's kind of corny.
Why you said what happened?
Oh, fair.
But like I don't know, like how y'all feel about it? Like, do you think Easy corny?
Easy who? Oh, Easy the
He
black
probably
guy?
mad because he knocked him out. He said he didn't do it because she begged him to just let it go.
I don't
He
think
probably who's not gonna be mad if somebody
Don't
knocked
think
him
he's
out.
I just think that he handled the situation as the victim instead of the nigga that got Remy. You know what I mean? Like even let's say remember the dude that was sleeping with Ice-T wife?
Okay, alright, yeah.
He didn't look like Easy looks. And the reason he didn't look like Easy looks is because nothing happened to him. You see what I'm saying?
What you mean he didn't look like Easy looks? Elaborate.
Like how Easy looks for, he's wrong in the situation, but there's no browning points for him getting Remy.
No, him dwelling on it is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because he's dwelling on what? Getting beat up, the ramifications of it.
That's an L that you take.
And that's what I mean.
It's fucking with somebody.
It's different. It's different because the dude.
So I don't think
that's what I'm saying.
It's his mentality.
The dude.
I mean, you fucking with her like.
The dude that slept with Ice-T wife did the same thing, but it's not looked upon as like you suck his shit because he ain't get snuffed.
But I'm just saying,
like, if we're talking about taking an L after you get snuffed, it's like,
who want to do that?
Exactly.
Nobody want to do it. That's what I said. Him being corny is dwelling on it. Like you trying to. Nobody even seen the video. Yeah, you keep talking about it. Let it go. Like you took your L, you took your whatever. Keep it moving. But you don't want to keep it moving. You want to dwell on it. So you look corny to me because you still dwelling on some shit. You got knocked out. Either catch the nigga.
He trying. He want him to put.
You not trying hard enough. Because honestly, like it's not even like is she letting you smash just so you don't get at her man, get at her baby father? I don't think so. I think it's just a corny situation, and his wife letting him be in that situation, look like that, and not standing up for him, like you was wrong for doing that. Da da da. If she didn't cheat, then whatever. I don't care. All I'm saying is, like, if this nigga saying all this shit after he done got hit or whatever the fucking case is, then he should have just been like, you know what I mean? Like, I was wrong for what I did. Or just like be like, yo, like, let's meet up. Let's talk about this situation. You can't say you ain't know that
he said
she wasn't married.
He don't care because you knew when you did it.
Right, exactly. Right. So so it is what it is. So then you take your L, nigga. What you think it is? What you think it is?
I'm smiling.
You dwelling on it. You dwelling on it and not capitalizing on it is corny to me. Stop dwelling on it. Let it rock. Move. Let it rock. Like, you know what I mean? Like don't do that. That's whack to me. And like, I mean, anybody can feel how they feel about it, but I'm just saying, like, if you ain't,
she was wilding, right? I'm like, she's like, you can't even pet her, She's wilding, like.
She pulled her butt out.
That was wild.
If you ain't doing nothing about it, ain't no sense talking about it.
Castle.
And if you still got if you still smashing,
Crazy.
and you like, I wish I would see him or something like that, then that's different. Then just let it ride. You still getting yours.
Yeah, don't keep talking about it when you see
that's
him.
what
It's
I'm
on
saying.
site.
That's corny to me, right? That's what I'm saying.
Handle
That's why it's corny. That's why it's corny. But in the other shit, now you got his new piece making little rap joints, like, you know what I mean, little 16s, like
to her day job.
The shit, yo, the way she was moving was like old school as fuck, like, you know what I mean. It made it like an old school.
Nah, she been doing
cadence. Her cadence was kind of dry, like old school shit from the 80s.
She be singing too, like she tries to.
But I like what she said.
Her other talents.
I like what she said.
She said,
"Put my legs in her ass, both legs." Like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
That I was like, yo, she
had some bars, bro. Like,
yeah,
she was getting her delivery.
I would have. She need a little coach, nigga. She could put a little drink together. Like,
she got Pat, nigga.
Right. I wrote that shit.
Exactly. She ain't. I was about to say she ain't even write it.
Pat wrote her. Yo, Remy, yo. Pat writing fucking the ops of shit to get at.
That's hilarious.
What you gonna do? Like,
that's hilarious. You know what I mean? I don't even think Remy's gonna diss her on wax.
They should do a celebrity match.
Remy fighting for the honor of like it, you know what's nasty about this? It's the brown skins versus the brown skins.
Yeah, they damn near
like they like the same joint. One is just older, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really like they the same joint.
Both ratchet.
I can't even see Remy fighting right now. I can't see her fighting.
I don't want to see her fighting her.
I can't see her throwing hands.
I can see her fighting.
I can see her because she's a shooter and she'll probably shoot because she's losing. That's what shooters do.
No, but she fight too because she made a video saying she was saying that she was like people be saying, oh, don't fight, you don't need to fight. That's not. She was like, nah, fuck that. Sometimes you need to fight and you need to just get it over with. And if that don't work out, then she basically implied.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be sad.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be sad that motherfuckers. It'd be sad that motherfuckers don't want to just give you the
music.
They don't want to just give you the fade because they don't feel like they don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to get embarrassed. But I'll be like shit. Sometimes
Pat need to get back.
People have to have patience.
We had to.
But then some people need to be humble. Like, you know what I mean? If you not that, you can't be doing that. You can't be coming at nobody like that. Now, she a boxer. You already know what time it is. Don't be challenging no boxer.
Right, because you know gonna have to pop.
Because you're gonna
have to.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to.
We could do an exhibition.
And of course, it's paying attention. They like, oh, okay, you gonna pop her, bitch?
She talking about, I'm not gonna fight that woman.
He would keep her out of
I'm saying, I don't want to see her
now,
but people want to see it happen.
Doing it, so
because she smacks of this girl before, but allegedly she said she didn't do it, but because the girl fought his daughter. That's not her daughter. His daughter. They jumped her or whatever. So allegedly it was a girl that was on Love and Hip Hop and she slapped her and the girl tried to press charges. But that girl always be running her mouth and she like 4 feet or whatever. But
and she wasn't a boxer.
Exactly. It's different. Of course she go try.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I wasn't talking
she was 4 feet and she was a boxer.
I said Pat kept her in line, what I'm saying, because she was about to be like, she was ready to go to jail. She didn't care, and he was like, because they were just gonna give her probation she was like, no, I don't want that. If they don't I'd rather just do the time. I'm not trying to be. He was like, what are you talking about? You got a family. Like he keep her on the straight and narrow, but now she gonna be crash out.
Well,
some people need to crash out to realize how good they had it.
And I think that goes back to like we know what we're getting ourselves in for. Like I married you. I knew you had a 10 stretch.
And I'm still willing to deal with it, but he's not gonna be disrespected. I'm
gonna hold you down.
Yo, you fucked the help, bro.
What
That's
I know
crazy.
what time up.
And then the help look like you.
Know what type of time you want.
It's not even like the help look like
it's some.
The help look like
that
you.
Shit. That shit look like some cookie, fucking Lionel Lyons type of shit.
They both petty as fuck. They both went to the lookalikes.
That's what that shit look like.
They was like, I'm gonna get you a lookalike.
You watching Empire? That look like some Cookie
season.
Lionel Lyons type of shit right there, don't it?
What? Who, Easy? What are you talking about?
This situation with Pap and Remy. That's like some them type of shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Held her down when she was locked up. Now now wilding and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I only seen the first season. But
They
I
doing a
stopped
fucking.
watching it 'cause
They doing a
Money
fucking
will fuck
series,
you up,
nigga.
bro. Money will fuck you up.
They doing a series.
But she was getting bread. You gotta think of all of
Put
this.
his baby
son-
in the trash can.
They both,
Yeah.
they all crazy. Her son, because you know he got arrested
Just got
recently this
arrested.
year because he shot
Somebody's.
unalive allegedly
Right,
somebody.
it's a
And
lot.
I think
It's
that
a
was
lot.
Nicki Minaj's cousin.
Yeah, that's who it was. Mickey Miles' nephew, or some shit like that.
Oh,
That's wild. That's
But
wild.
this was a few months ago, and he got
What do
arrested
you
for it.
think about that?
I
And they
think
never said
it's
nothing
beef for
else
life,
about
yo.
it. I don't
Conspiracy?
know.
Nah, I think it's beef
I
for
think-
life.
Yeah, because that would make sense. Because how
Is it really
how
for life?
how
And
Is he
ironic.
alive? Did he survive?
I think he
It's beef for
died.
life.
He
Really?
Yeah,
died.
he's passed. Yeah, he's not alive. He's not here no more.
Rest in peace to
But
that
I
guy.
don't know whatever happened with the case. But I know he got arrested.
Yeah, I think he's still in jail. He's about to do life, probably.
This is crazy.
Well,
And
not necessarily. If he never committed
What-
a crime
what
before,
would-
he
how
might
would
not
this
get
I
life.
don't know.
Is this-
I
He
mean,
might get, like,
depends on the
30.
lawyers.
Because
Yeah,
they were
10 to
beefing.
20
They
or
were
something
beefing
like
at
that.
one
He gonna
point.
be put
Because
away
she
Are
for
they
got
life.
rap,
still
he's gonna
beefing?
have a
Yeah,
good lawyer,
true,
and he
true.
young, so
They
he'll
not
probably be
beefing,
like
right?
in his 40s.
Who?
Nicki
Nicki
Minaj,
and Remy.
they
They
had
used to
beef,
be.
They have
They
beef,
probably
but
never
that's not.
fixed it.
It's not.
but they
Bro,
never
when you don't fix
made up,
beef,
really. I
you
didn't
still
hear
beefing
nothing
with that
about them.
person. You
They
just
said
never
they
fuck with
shit.
them.
They moved on.
They just.
Nah, after
you
that
know.
happened, it's
But if we run
up.
across paths, this is
Because
definitely
they
run
said
across
something,
paths.
because they
it's
said
family?
that because she didn't say anything when stuff was coming out, because they said that that's supposed to be her cousin, and they were like posts or little subliminal, I don't know.
And Remy trying to get her cousin free, right?
Her son.
Her son. Well,
That was
my
her
bad.
son, yeah.
My bad. Her son. Jeez.
Yeah, it's heavy, nigga.
Her son.
It's her
She didn't
blood.
say anything about it. They just said what happened. I never heard from neither
Yeah,
one
she
of
can't
them.
incriminate
It just
nothing. She
came
not gonna
out
say
that
So
he
you
was
know she fighting
arrested.
for her son.
She's
in-
really going
for-
crazy right now. Like, look at all the shit that she's going through right now, my nigga.
Like
Like,
fighting for her son.
something
freedom.
going on in the background that, like, something happened, and
That's
I really,
why. That's why she need. That's why she need Easy, because Easy is like Easy like that chick that Denzel was dealing with in Fences.
No.
He like that side chick.
No, I don't think so.
Easy like
I
that
ain't
side
not
chick
supposed
that he just need. I need a place where I could just laugh sometimes, and I could just be myself, and I don't gotta worry about making sure that the roof is fixed and making sure that this fence is built. See,
I think Remy just a wild chick, and she wanted to
I
step
don't
out
think they're not even together.
of her marriage
Or
one
they
good
don't,
time.
you don't see them together. She never said, she said she ain't cheat. So, because
I
she
guess-
was going live
I guess
or
you
whatever.
lying.
No, maybe I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm saying she not even claiming him, or it's not like nothing going on. He
Yeah.
just he's a man. He's getting pussy, or whatever. Who's not gonna take it?
they wanted a divorce because of the situation with this dude. He's being publicly disrespected in front of everybody.
Yeah. But I'm saying she ain't never.
It's like
saying
you
nothing.
dealing with somebody and you just see them in the mall kissing somebody and they look at you and say, "Hey, hi." Oh, that's this girl I used to talk to, and just keep it moving.
That's what
And
body.
y'all
language,
live
bro.
in the same house. Like, what the fuck? How that happened?
That's when body language counts.
What in the fucking
There's
multiverse?
been mad times where you see Remy and you'll see Pat, and Pat is giving her accolades, and she like, and it's like, yo, like, has it been? Was it then when y'all
They
when
said,
you stepped
and
out?
they said, why
Right,
do you
right,
think he held you down? Why did
What's
she,
up,
she was
everybody?
You
like,
see that shit,
because-
right? I was like,
because-
yo, what the fuck?
She was like,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
amazing, or I'm awesome, or some
She
shit.
tried to
Like,
say some ego
girl,
shit, nigga.
like-
Yo, that's wild,
like,
bro. And I bet you she believed that too. She's amazing,
She
and she.
conceded.
I,
do
I
no
was
wrong.
always
She got
I
a
was
reason,
always
yeah.
a supporter of Remy, like, but
You always
until
were, bro.
until this,
Right is right and wrong is
like,
wrong, bro.
cause like, yo, like, when you want, see, the thing is, like, yo,
I don't
we
know
all
about the
want
reason part, but-
situations to work out. Like, most people want it to be good.
she don't fuck with that.
They
nigga,
want to see
whatever
it do,
is.
cause they want to know. They want to know that it's possible, right? Like, that's why we want to see them work out, cause we want the best for us,
Mhm.
and we're living through them right now, and hoping that it's possible to get it. Like when Barack became the first black president, a lot of black people voted for him. A lot of people voted for him because he was black, and they was just like, yeah, now I know it's possible for us to do it. And some people could argue, nah, I did because he was smart and this and that or whatever, but nah, y'all really was like happy that we got somebody that got some sense, that's black, that's probably gonna do something that represents us. You feel me? So we was happy about that.
He's a chill ass dude, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's at least how he comes off.
So we be wanting shit to work out for our people, but like when it don't work out, we be like, fuck, man. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna fucking work. So like we give up on this shit. But we identifying why this shit didn't work out. Like if y'all had a problem with whatever was going on, y'all should have dealt with that the right way. It shouldn't have been no, you messing with this dude that rap for y'all and keep getting his ass handed to him in these fucking battles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think he won the last one, barely, but like before that, he like lost like 4 in a row.
You gotta think it's because of the Remy situation. When you don't have a good foundation or good footing, my nigga, that's
he was
like,
girl before that?
Yes, he was undefeated
she
before
still
that.
be working with him though. She still be.
He was fucking niggas
she
up.
Did
he
an
beat
interview
Goods.
with him
How you
after
beat
that.
Goods, nigga? You beat Goods. Like Goods is hard to beat. Like
I gotta watch that one.
Goods is hard to beat, bro.
She still be.
He beat
Goods.
He was on a nigga. That's why Sue Surf had him on gun titles. Put him on the game. Him, Chess, Tay Rock. They had a squad, my nigga. And then Sue Surf got locked up and everything started disbanding. But yo, Easy was nice, my nigga. And then this Remy shit happened, and then his stock is low now. It's like you can't.
Everybody coming for him too about that.
And the only way he could get money, guess what, is to exploit the Remy situation. That's the only reason of his relevancy is the exploitation of.
I just don't like how it's spilling into drama, into the.
That's the money. That's where the money is.
Diaspora.
Yeah.
I like that to be separate. You know what I mean?
Because
now it's making that shit wrestling. Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
like,
it's been wrestling for a minute. It's what can I find about you that could hurt you the most? And that's
who is easy to block in wrestling? Shawn Michaels, who is that?
Easy to block in
Triple H?
Wrestling. No. I'm gonna say he started off. He got to be 2 different wrestlers because he started off good and then.
Is he a cruiserweight, heavyweight, middleweight? What type? Tag team champ? What is he?
He's definitely
intercontinental.
He's definitely intercontinental.
He's an intercontinental.
He's an intercontinental. He's a good intercontinental. He's like a 1, 2, 3 kid.
In X-Pac.
Yeah, in his prime, X-Pac. Mm-hmm. And then he started falling off and went to Billy Kidman. So he started off like X-Pac, and then he started falling off and turned into Billy Kidman, not prime.
Billy Kidman was nice.
Not prime Billy Kidman.
But he was meaty.
At the end of his rope.
He was ill, but he was meaty. Like, he barely won matches and shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he had the decline.
He was thorough. The shooting star is a thorough ass move.
This is what I'm saying. That's why I said Billy Kidman specifically, because he's still nice. You're still nice.
Like,
but
if he go against Rey Mysterio, like, you know he gonna lose.
He gonna lose. Like, it's Billy Kidman. Like, you see what I'm saying? You good? Don't let this water defeat you, E. You got this shit. Like,
THC water.
But yeah, yo, like, he just started falling off after the Remy shit. Like, the shit ruined his career.
Yo,
I was so pat. Like, yo, ever since Drake said it's okay to sue these motherfuckers, let's just sue. I'm suing. Defamation.
Pain and suffering? Defamation?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
What did he say?
He said this motherfucker
he said
fuck
Papoose.
my wife. Like, yo.
What Papoose said?
Oh, I don't know what Papoose.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
the
I
actions
thought
you
you
give
were
it.
talking about
If you punch
He was
me,
talking about Easy said something.
Matter of fact,
said that Pap said
you can
something.
sue him for assault. He punched
said
him.
He put a listening device. Easy said Pat put a listening device in Remy's car, so he knew. He knew.
What law is
before
that?
he hit him that
Premeditated.
premeditated for what? He didn't.
Assault. Premeditated assault.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they
That's
say that.
wild.
I thought that was only for. But I mean, this.
He planned to fuck him
He
up.
said he
after
was
he
listening.
heard.
He couldn't hear the other side. He would only hear her talking, like if they would be on the phone or something. Like, but he.
Some of that should have got out already.
Because
I
there was a voicemail,
yeah.
and she was like, "I want you to come over and come put it in my."
That was her, yo. No, ain't nobody can tell me that wasn't
definitely her voice.
That was her, yo.
Remy nasty.
She's nasty. She's a freak. And for her to step out of her marriage like that on the way she did it, it kind of like, yo, who is
She was
Remy
like, "I
for
miss
real?
you" or something. Like she was talking all.
Oh, babyish, yeah. She was talking like the nigga she was fucking with, she had admiration for. And that's crazy because...
She was like, something like, I don't know. Let me...
And I did hear, what's the name?
That was crazy.
I think she's still fucking him too. I did
That's
hear...
what I said. He's not gonna... He don't care because...
He helped her put up
I mean,
Christmas tree.
he don't care because he getting pussy. Whether
Well,
they're
I
together
don't
or
know
not.
if he said he didn't. He said I didn't.
In
know
a man's
before.
eyes.
I think he cared because he got beat up. Well, he got knocked out.
I can't be dealing with
He got
shit
knocked
if-
down, whatever the
If
fuck.
your man already like came at me and he's still around,
And
I ain't
duffed you in the face. Like, that's crazy.
always have my shit on me.
Yeah.
If she talk like this to you,
That's wild.
she too masculine, most likely.
Hey,
She's asleep, she's gonna cheat on you, bro. Let me show y'all a very exclusive voicemail that she sent to the person she cheated with. You feel like it hit
You
there.
better change that.
You know what I'm saying?
speed.
Hey, Daddy, what's going on?
I remember that
It's
shit.
Sunday. I only got some free time. I want to know if you want to get
This is what I was talking about. So this is I know that shit.
put in my ass for a little while and come all over me. So now if you're fun,
She a freak, girl.
Oh, my, play with, was she in jail when she's...
Oh my god.
Like,
How could she be in jail? She said, "Come over."
Come over exactly. She's
like yo,
Oh, man.
it's crazy because
That's wild.
if that's the energy that your woman giving to
And you know,
another
wasn't to
dude,
Pat would never release no shit like that. Unless it was somebody else. Damn, nigga. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy as fuck.
after hearing that, then you just like, you know what I mean? If you're in a relationship, after hearing that, you just like, damn, like.
And what if your
you know
girl
what I mean?
is a Remy, cold-hearted Remy fan? Like, oh, I don't believe she did it. It's like after you heard that.
Oh,
you
your
believe
girl
she
don't.
did it?
Your girl don't believe
This
it.
is what I'm saying. After you
Why?
play her that.
Why she don't believe it?
Would you start questioning your girl's, mental?
Nah, I want to know why she don't believe it.
She just said,
I want to know
I'm
why
not
she
hearing
don't
it.
believe it. Like
She's
she got to
like-
have a good reason
She
to
said
why.
it was AI.
All right,
She
prove
said-
it to me. Are you smarter than me than AI? All right, then cool. Prove it to me.
She ain't gonna prove it, but she.
Let
gonna
me
stand
know.
on it, nigga.
Let me know where you find the flaws in this audio. I mean, that audio is a little scratchy, but it's like, okay, what she's saying. When did she say those things? Because usually the AI audio clip is sound bites of something that someone said.
And they just put
She
it
said
together
put it in her butt
and play in her
and playing. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. So she said that
She
stuff.
said a
So it's
little
like
foreplay.
it was formulated together. It wasn't broken up.
That was Pap's probably recording. Bro.
So
if he was stalking them and doing
unless she
was
said that
saying,
to him,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But that was her voice. You know what I
That
mean?
was her,
But then
yeah.
they do also have, they have stuff that
They
can
can
create
take your
create
voice.
a
Yeah.
voice like what Drake did. You feel me? They got technology that could do that.
But this didn't sound
I'm
like
actually learning about that tech
Or
right
like
now.
copy it.
Yeah. And they could say exactly how you want it to say it and make it sound realistic.
Bullshit, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because they be
100%.
making songs.
Organic.
Artists. Beyonce, Drake, all these different people, all these AI, Justin Bieber.
That boy is.
Justin Bieber. Or Justin Bieber.
But yeah, it's dope, man. Like, but it's dangerous because you have situations like this that could literally break up a situation. But then why would somebody do that to break up a situation? So if he's saying that this is my shit, I bugged the whip, like, cause I wanted to get you to really stand on this shit, cause I didn't want to just be saying some shit and be like the bitter boyfriend or some shit, or the insecure boyfriend. Insecure husband, my bad. And you sacrifice so much when you decide to give up everything to be with somebody. Now, if he cheated before, she shouldn't have waited this long to get her kid back. If he cheating right now, then she should have just left him and just made it, alright, look, we done. And I know how people feel like, yeah, it's not their business or whatever, but to look like this and you got little kids, like, that shit look crazy. And make it a way where your children understand what you going through. Like, your children understand why, this situation is the way that it is and it don't got anything to do with them and all that. But shit, man, that situation's crazy. I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how this is gonna play out.
Crazy.
Yo, I watched a loyalty test today where a girl wanted to put a loyalty test on her man's female best friend.
Vagina.
So because
you got ADHD.
A little bit, yeah. I don't think I'm diagnosed, but
so
for sure I'm on the spectrum. Yeah.
First of all, how do you feel about that, Erika?
What, vagina? My bad.
What would you? How do I feel about what? I can't even. You throw me off.
Yeah, that was my fault. My bad.
Boy, so a dude's girlfriend wanted to do a loyalty test on him and his female best friend.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? A woman doing that?
I don't be doing stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. Like, I don't want to, if I think, they already think they be cheating, because most of the people up there failed. There was some people that passed, but like.
Now this was pushing to see if she was going to try to, get at him or anything like that.
Yeah, but what do you mean about him having a best friend that's a girl?
He got a best friend that's a girl, yeah.
That's what you asked me. What
they never did anything.
That? Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that.
Truth came out. Like, she said the girl looked like a squirrel.
Yeah, she was trying to fight. Yeah, I seen that one.
And she said, yo, you should be with somebody like, yo. She was like,
because he told her that he broke up.
I've been really trying to get at you. She was like, psych. You know what I mean, to him after that.
But then the girl, they got into a fight
because they didn't hear the psych. But I think she really felt what she said because she said that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she did say psych because she probably felt like he wasn't gonna.
Yeah, he was quiet. He wasn't say he would take it too long to. And what she said was crazy though. Like she was like, "Yo," she was like, "We could have." She was like, "We could have been." She clapped.
We could have been
actually. Yeah, she did say that, and she clapped when he said that they broke up because he lied to her. He broke up with his girl. So she can start talking and see what she. And she started clapping. Like,
some chicks is crazy.
He's like, what? And he was like, she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Like,
yo,
like,
that's crazy.
That's why I wouldn't want, because this is what bitches be doing. Like, you sitting here you supposed to be his friend, and you gonna. Why are you clapping when he told you that?
Because
you broke
women
up?
can
Like,
see like when a nigga is going through it with their chick. And that's what another thing that women
I believe
don't like.
it's, and they don't give a fuck.
And they don't give a fuck. Like
They don't give
the
a damn.
woman
Got
that
nothing
you
to do
with,
with me.
she might not give a fuck. And then the
Like,
other girl,
yo,
like if
you
you're
really
a good
don't
woman,
care?
then you probably gonna be friends with his
You
friend.
don't need to have no
That's
best friend.
crazy.
I'm gonna be a best friend.
But if you really a
If
good
I was your
woman,
best
you
friend-
gonna be cool with the woman that's really his friend because she gonna be cool with you because she gonna want what's best for him.
Yeah, but
And she gonna be trying to tell you, yo,
like
you know
that
he
girl.
like this, like you
Trying
better
to
get him
F
that because you know he like those
Yeah.
things or whatever.
She ain't right.
He gonna help you to be a better
Don't
girlfriend.
need no
So
best
when you
friend.
really
That's
fuck
a
up, she gonna be right there like, yo,
girl. I don't
why you
want
do
no
that to
boy
him?
best
Like you know how he feel about you, or he gonna, you know what I mean? She gonna be giving him advice to make sure he don't fuck up with you. Like it's benefits to it if you a good chick, but if you a bad chick, it could fuck your shit up.
I don't like it for reasons like that.
Why?
I just
For
said
reason
why.
that-
Because she got
what
to share.
happened on the channel on the test. Chicks be fine. Can't be trusted. Nobody can't really.
It's crazy, but shit, like that's why.
I'm your best friend.
That's why women
I
gotta
don't need
compete.
no female best friend. I don't need no man best friend.
I wouldn't need no.
Supposed to
I wouldn't
be
need no best
friends
friend
with your
if women could understand, but they don't, and then some women do. But the women that do understand, it's because they fucking be going through all these shits with they shit, and then they see, and then they,
hilarious. I know exactly what you meant.
and then they see, and then they see that.
Yo.
And then they see that you going through some shit, they be like, yo, and then y'all come to an understanding. And then y'all still just be cool, like, you know what I mean? And sometimes there might be tension and some shit might happen. But then if it happen, it's alright because
no, it's
y'all
not.
cool and y'all could bounce back from it. But the
not
woman,
your friend. She need to go.
But that's
then
what I'm
if
saying.
she did that. If you was fucking her,
the
and
friend
she
that you smash is
No.
crazy because it's like that's
Cause y'all
really
gotta
like
connect.
you
Cause
fucking
y'all got a
relationship,
bond
yeah.
from doing that. She don't need to be
Right,
around.
right.
Goodbye, bitch. No.
now if you never did hit like this situation, I guess this dude never
It
hit.
could happen.
If you never did hit and she just been a cool friend for this whole time, that's a different situation. Cause now it's like, damn, she just rock with me just cause she rock with me. Like she, you know what I mean? How her dude feel about me and her being cool like this? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Cause I know a lot of dudes don't like no dude hanging around their girl.
Yeah, and I don't want no
Mhm.
bitch hanging around my bitch.
Right.
So,
indeed.
But it's different because women always be like, oh, he's my friend. He doesn't
yeah.
want to have sex with me.
Yeah.
They always believe that shit. And they
Yeah,
call
it's
and they
that
go on the phone
bullshit.
and do that little trick
It's my
and find out that this motherfucker really do want to
to
smash. Like, you know what I mean? The whole time. Like,
And they
why
be
you
so
ain't-
surprised.
you be like,
I didn't know he felt that
why you,
way.
why you ain't say nothing before? Like, nigga, you notice a trick. The fuck, nigga? Out
He
of
don't
nowhere,
care.
nigga.
He like, fuck it.
Out of nowhere, like
I've
that.
been waiting for this trick
On
the
the
whole
phone,
time.
like,
Yeah, he
Who
don't
around?
care.
Like, first thing I'm about to ask, who around you? Who you around right now? Where you at?
Mhm.
You on Fresh and Fit?
Right.
Yo,
Cause
the
yeah,
fuck?
cause why?
Tell
Unless
Myron
you
I
was
said what
just
up.
drinking and you people be doing drunk text, drunk call.
They want those. They want those situations.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Shit. Motherfuckers
It's
trying
about to be
blast
Christmas,
you.
y'all.
For real, yo. How y'all feel about that?
I feel like Christmas is always for the kids.
Do you feel like?
Happy,
Do you feel like? I was talking to my little brother about this the other day. Do you feel like Christmas is not what it used to be? Is that just because we got older?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not for us no more, nigga.
I watched a movie, yo.
It's
I watched
not.
the Simpsons movie. The fucking new Simpsons Christmas movie. It's like a 45-minute joint.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like everybody forgot what Christmas was all about.
Mm-hmm.
And a famous hypnotist dude came on there and hypnotized Homer to make him believe that he was Santa Claus. And he was giving everybody the right gifts. shit that they wanted all their life and shit. Like,
How did he do that?
it was a Christmas miracle. And then Ned Flanders, he no longer believed in God when they found out that Homer wasn't Santa Claus. He's like, if there's no God. And then the whole rest of the episode, Marge was trying to make Ned believe in God again. And then Ned went on a fucking trip with the scientist dude, and they went into a bubble, and they act like they was losing pressure and it was crushing and shit. And it was too low, and they had to swim back to safety.
And God saved him.
And it was a little piece of wood that was around him, and he was like, "Oh, come on, we got to get back to the boat or whatever." And he was like, "Good thing that this wooden thing was here." And he was like, "What do you mean wooden thing? There's no wood made out of this. It's completely made out of metal." And he was like, "Oh my God, it's a miracle."
Believe in God.
And then Ned Flanders, he said, "Well, dang doodly diddly, whatever." it's a miracle. And look. He was like, and the science dude was like, "You're just full of nasty language today, aren't you? Aren't you, man?" Or whatever. Like, cause inside the shit, he said hell in the thing when he was in the bubble. And then the scientist dude got a little crazy. He was like, "Whoa, Dad, whoa, no need for the profanity, like, you know what I mean? Because Dad don't curse, you know, But that was funny, and it was like he believed that, that there was a God again, and it was crazy because I had a discussion with my boy about does God exist? And then our argument was more of the divinity of God, not so much as does God exist? There is a creator. There has to be a creator. Is the creator divine? Is the creator the three O's? Omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Is that the creator?
Me personally, I believe it's in the trio of forms. I think the body in like, I don't think there is ever like a regular humanoid God. You know what I'm saying? It might be a creator, and God is different to me. So the creator, I truly believe, was the Anunnaki, bro. I really think they colonized the world the way we think the world is. But I think, like, God, like, as far as the spirit, is the energy of creation, right? That's what we call nature. That's why the grass grows. That's why the sun does all the shit that the sun does, and the earth works in the way. That's the spiritual side. That's the side we can't see. But I think that's part of God. And I think the manifestation of God, like the humanoid, the closest to us was Jesus. That's you know what I'm saying? And the Father, I think the Father is Yahweh. The Son is Jesus. And the Holy Spirit is creation itself. And I think we try to we don't worship just the Father because he's not the whole God. He's not the whole, but he's the piece of it. You know what I mean? That's why he created us. And that's why there's other beings creating other beings. And if you made a fish tank with the fucking, what do you call them shits? The fucking let's say a goldfish or shit. You're like the God of their world. If they don't know anything other than, you know what I mean, what's in their world, you're the God, you're their creator, basically. You created the world that they live in. You see what I'm saying? That might not mean that you're the everything God, but you're a piece of that creator because you created them. You see what I'm saying? And
I think that's how it is for us. Like, our creator was a humanoid being that said, we're going to make you in our image. That's why we look that way. That's why the beings that act like how we act is so-called intelligent, is because we got that from those beings that taught us this language, taught us this technology, taught us math, taught us all of these things. And it's like, I just think that there's no way that allegedly, if you believe in evolution, then you believe that we were Neanderthals, and that's disproven. I think. Well, black people, like people that has no mix in their blood, are not related to Neanderthals. So something happened in our development, which gave us the consciousness that we are. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just time. You see what I'm saying? Because if it is time, and every creature evolved like that, there would be humanoid bug creatures, there would be humanoid cat creatures, there would be humanoid dog creatures, there would be all of these things that in Egyptian mythology, allegedly, that they said they had already. And they said that they were doing already. A lot of this shit is like, yo, how is it mythology if these niggas was really doing surgery? Like, how did they learn how to do surgery? They said they learned it from these deities. And we're saying, well, it's mythology. Like, a lot of this shit ain't mythology, bro. Like, a lot of this shit is truth that they don't want you to know is true. So they jumble the story up.
They be always talking about
aliens
abduct you and they be dissecting people and they send you back.
But those are the grays.
And shit.
You never hear those situations unless you see a gray alien doing that shit. And I think there's a reason why it's the gray aliens, because gray aliens don't got no reproductive, what's the name? So how do they clone, they do tests, they do research and shit. I don't think them niggas are really us. I think they're a mix of other beings, my nigga. That's why when people call those demons, it's like they don't care about you. They're doing their research, so that would be a demonic, because it's just using you for what it uses you for. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy. Like,
it's like, yo, what do people do to animals? Like, we put tracking devices in their ear,
shit,
so we can track the cheetahs running and shit,
without
breeding and
without
shit.
their consent.
Make little National Geographic movies of them with their life and
without
shit.
Their consent,
and them just be in depth too. They be like, little Mufasa runs with his tribe, with his pride. Today he's gonna go on his first adventure, and they show it going on a little adventure and shit, and going through shit. Like, there's gonna be bison in this area probably a little bit later if he sticks around for a little bit longer. He's climbing in the tree. There's a playful monkey in the tree. The monkey runs off. The monkey knows something, but little Mufasa stays for a little bit longer to play. A stampede comes. And then they show him like running with the stampede and shit. I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck?
Like
This shit is crazy. Like, they play out the whole little story of the animal. Mufasa is dope, bro.
I believe it.
Y'all need to watch it. It's so good.
I believe it.
It's so good.
You know, I'll
take your kids.
We lost James Earl Jones.
We did. Rest in peace.
We lost like key people with the original story.
This is still a good story. This is a good like bedtime story for a kid. Like,
I'm pretty sure it is.
About a lion.
But I kind of view it like
it's so sad.
Black Panther.
But it's triumphant at the end.
I don't want Black Panther to be anybody but Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
Give it a chance.
I'm gonna give it a chance though.
It's pretty good. It's good for the kids.
Yeah, for sure. I have Bree watch it. She'll be the judge.
Yo,
Start wrapping up. Oh, yeah. Y'all gotta work Christmas Eve or just Christmas Day?
Oh yeah, I gotta work on Christmas Eve.
I gotta work Christmas Eve when I'm off, and then I gotta work Thursday and Friday.
Some people gotta work Christmas Day. Yeah, I gotta go right back to work.
I think I got Tuesday off too. I'm not sure about that. Either
I wish Christmas was like
a week off.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
But at least always on a Friday. Or always on a
that's
Monday,
crazy.
so you can have
In
a
the
3-day
middle
week.
of
You have a
week,
3-day
like,
weekend, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
That'd be a Christmas gift
I feel that. Hell yeah.
that the world could give us.
I felt that.
If I was president,
And we
man,
did that for Thanksgiving.
That'd be
We
something
did
I
that
would
for
do.
what's the name? But you know why they
I
don't
would
do
make
that?
every holiday on the weekend.
You know
for
why
the
they
people
don't do
work
that, bro?
business days. What?
Because December 25th, they said it's not really Jesus' birthday. It's Horus' birthday. Ain't that crazy?
Watch,
Ain't that crazy?
watch Heretic.
Yeah, I think I did watch Heretic.
No, I was telling her to watch.
Heretic is what his house.
Heretic.
Because I've seen the preview. But I was watching it, then I don't know. I think I fell asleep and I never put it back on.
Oh shit! Y'all ready, man? Let's get that on.
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Get Lifted.
Is this a cushion?
Yeah, because
Oh shit! You gotta screw it in.
yeah,
You just
wanna
gotta get
do
your
it?
I'll screw it
PlayStation.
in.
Get your PS5, yo. Get your PS5.
Get your PS5.
You could play.
Any
You
washers
could
or
play
no?
Fortnite.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And then
Oh, what's the other shit that they play?
That thing you screw it in.
Euroblocks.
Yes.
No, really? What?
Yes.
Yeah, that.
What's this shit? Roblox. Roblox. That's online, right?
Yeah.
You could play Roblox.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
To be a champion on Twitch and shit.
I put it, I didn't, you were supposed to put this on before, and I didn't feel like taking it loose. Cause I tried to get, you had to get under there, and I tried to, and I don't know, it's not deep, it won't, you were supposed to put it on before, cause it won't go in there and come in here, or I don't know.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get over there.
Alright, yeah, but yeah.
Alright, match it up with a hole.
It's Christmas time. The Hollis Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.
I don't know, it's spinning now. Oh, no.
Children are so, and that's what Christmas is all about.
Start spinning free.
In the whole wide world is filled with cheer. With a mic in my hand, I'm cooling and chilling just like the snowman. The open eyes, yeah, we want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Sing that shit, my nigga.
That's that Run DMC Christmas shit.
See how this
Alright.
It got a massage too. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa.
I'm Chris OD.
I'm SmileyJizzle, man. Y'all here, man.
We out, ride.